on camera. It's just unprofessional. All right. So I'm gonna drop the link right now. Give me just a second. And it should be there in just a second. All right. Yeah, it's in the chat right now, ladies and gentlemen. This is for the guys and the girls. And if you want to come up, the link is in the chat. Okay. Make sure everybody can see it. All right. Let me see what I got here. All right. Now, I got my brother from another mother in the background, in the back here. I'm going to bring him up because y'all know him. And he be dropping facts real hard on y'all. And so I'm going to bring him up because he has something to say too. So the link is pinned in the chat. I'm gonna bring him up, then we'll play that video that I was talking about. R-Pain, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on, R-Pain? Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Whichever mood you in today, sir. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning.
What's going on, man?
Not much, man.
I just caught the last tail end about the baby fathers, and you know what, man?
Yeah. I was saying that there's baby fathers out there who are tired of dealing with their baby mamas.
But they deserve it, man. They deserve a lot of these guys. You know what? I just thought, you have any kids out of wedlock?
No.
All right. You know, so I don't think we should lament the fate of any man or woman who have their kids out of wedlock. Fuck them. You know, I'm just saying. We know what's right, and listen. If men know, you stick your Johnson into a woman and you raw dog her, your possibility, all your options are gone once you skeet in a chick.
Mm-hmm.
You have no more options. You know, and that's what you should learn. That's the lesson to learn, right? You can lament all you want, but your rights end right at the event horizon, which is right at the beginning of her vagina.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm just saying, yeah, you know, if the woman's gonna make her life miserable, is because y'all probably shouldn't have been together in the first place. You didn't want the kid, you know, she wanted to keep it. Some of them want to keep the kid just to spite the man.
Yep.
And then even if you want to play daddy, do you really want to play daddy? You know, because if you want to play daddy, then it doesn't matter how much it costs to make that woman's life a miserable hell for you to see your kids. But men don't do that. You don't have to have possession of them. But as soon as she breaks a court order, you should have her ass in court. Guys don't do that. You know, they just complain about it. I'm just tired of hearing that shit. Baby mamas, you got 25 kids by 70 guys? No, fuck you. You know, I mean, why, you know, so unless you're not going to complain about it at all, then that's what I want to hear. Own up to it. You gave the woman a baby, or two women a baby, or whatever it is. I don't want to hear
some background noise, 100 watts.
I don't want to hear you complain. Just take whatever comes with that, and that's it. You know, and you know what? I give some men some credit. They don't come on as much on the social media bitching and moaning like women do. But still, man, you know, you put yourself in that position. Live with that shit.
Now, I want to play.
That's how I feel about it.
Absolutely. I want to play a video for you guys. What's up, 100 watts, man? And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
What's up?
My lock buddy in the building tonight.
What's going on?
All right. So I want to play this video, and I want you to tell me what you think afterwards, R-Pain, about this father who is choosing to be in his child's life. And I want you to tell me what you think about how the mother of his child has done him in this moment. Here we go. I'm sure it did. Yeah. Oh shit. Hold on. 100 watts, while we waiting, man. How you doing, bro?
I'm chilling, brother. I'm enjoying the show so far. I'm doing well. I hope y'all doing all right.
Family doing all right? Kids good?
Hey man, everybody alive, breathing above ground, and we all talk to each other on a regular basis. So that's more that I could ask for.
Absolutely, brother. I just want to check your mental health before we start. You know what I'm saying? We got to check on each other. You know, I would want somebody to be there for me just like I'm trying to be there for you, my brother. All right.
I
so
appreciate that, brother.
Absolutely, man. We got to. Let's see. Okay, here's the video. Arpain. Oh, Arpain left. Where you at?
No, I'm
Oh,
still
okay,
here. I just had to take care of something. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, stop jacking out.
Yeah, that too.
Okay, here we go.
My daughter not walking the stage because she don't want me here to see her graduate.
Because she says there's an order that says you're not supposed to be around.
Where's do you see the order on file? Is there any order on file?
I don't have one, so therefore I cannot ask you to leave. Therefore I cannot ask you anything about it because I don't have anything in writing.
So she took my daughter.
So she made the decision for her not to participate.
So now she's not walking the stage.
That is correct.
She will not be graduating.
No, she'll still be promoted, even though she will not participate in the ceremony. Does not mean she won't be.
Wow.
But she made the decision for her not to participate.
That is crazy.
But I don't have anything in writing, and I tried to seek something in writing if there was something that existed. But I don't have anything, so I can't professionally, as a principal, ask you to leave a space or anything because there's nothing.
Because I'm on her birth certificate as well.
Exactly.
So I have every right to be here.
I explained to her that because you're on the birth certificate, you are given the information as educational rights as a father. You can know what the ceremony is, you can do grades, you can do attendance, you can come to school and have parent conference, you can lunch with her. You have all those rights as a father because you're on the birth certificate.
Wow, that's crazy.
But she has made the decision that she will not participate today. So that is the reason why I'm sharing with you. But I do not have any court order or documentation that says you cannot be around the child.
So she took my baby from her graduation ceremony, all because she don't want me here.
So she elected not to have her daughter participate in the ceremony this morning. That is the final confirmation that I have.
Okay, well, all right.
But I am sincerely sorry that this is part of the ceremony.
It's all right. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it.
I'm really sorry. But I did ask you to stop so that there would not be any type of
no, it wasn't going to be no competition or nothing,
But I just didn't want to be in any disruption to either party.
Yeah, either parties, because there's people, kids here.
So I respectfully thank you for just kind of staying back a few minutes so I can try to resolve it so that she can leave the property and feel it in her way of safe. And then if you would like to stay to finish or if you want to leave, it's solely up to you. But I want to make sure professionally we're on the same page.
Okay.
All right. So for people that didn't get the gist of that, that is a father attending his baby's high school graduation, and the mother has told the school that her daughter is not going to walk and get her diploma because her father is attending the graduation. What are your thoughts, Arpain?
My thoughts is that the woman's messed up. You know, I mean, what else is there to say? Now, I don't know where the principal stands in terms of he can't go in there because of that, but I guess she doesn't want any disruption, not because of him, because of the woman, right? So I mean, there's nothing the guy can do. I mean, he tried, he was there, and the woman is just. Listen, and this is wrong. I know this is wrong, but that bitch had to be a bitch before he got her pregnant. She had to be a fucked up chick before he got her pregnant, man. You know what I'm saying? And I need to know, he probably ignored some red flags. He gave her a baby. Were they married? I don't know if they were married. He's on a birth certificate, so I don't know if they were married. So that's what he mentioned. So, I mean, we don't know the whole backstory. I don't think the woman had any right to destroy her daughter's life or take joy away from her daughter because she hates the man. But that shit is prevalent. It's prevalent. When it's really prevalent. If we had to do a percentage, I wish I was medium man. There's a percentage of women who go scorch earth on baby fathers just because he don't want her no more. There's a significant percentage of it. I mean, it's not like it's a small. Child alienation is a big deal. Parental alienation is a big deal, but nobody talks about it because it's usually the man being alienated against. So it's not surprising. So, are we supposed to be surprised that it's another fucked up woman doing something stupid against a man? A black woman at that. Is that a surprise? So I mean, I don't know what the conversation needs to go on the other side of that. How do you punish a woman like that? We should start talking about how do we punish women who do those things to the man, as opposed to the infraction itself. Like I heard, there was a case, and I'm in Atlanta. There was a case where a lady kept ignoring the court order for the father to have visitation rights, and the judge finally started to say, "I'm putting your ass in jail." But there's a lot of times when men will try to let the lady get off the hook because he doesn't want to go to jail. But the men should be trying to put her ass in jail. Plus, the woman's ordered to pay the court costs from him going to court for her to respect the order. More of that shit has to happen. You know, so listen, I think if we want to have all this single parent household shit ending, you know, we need to hold both. We should hold women accountable for letting a man skeeting her, and we should hold a man responsible for understanding that once you shoot up the club, your rights end at the woman's vagina. They just essentially end. You know, so I mean, we should stop feeling sorry for people. To hell with them. You know, the only people who are victims are the kids.
Yep. And so 100 watts, you saw the video, you saw what happened. What is your perspective? And how do you feel about the mom, what she did, and how do you feel about the father, how he's traveled dressed for this moment for his baby? And she took that from him and the daughter.
I think that you can't ask someone to be stand up and fulfill their role and do everything they ask for and to get shut out like that. Like, you can't blend those two worlds together. That's not acceptable in any way, shape, or form. You tell this man that he's responsible for making whatever child support payments he's responsible for. He's responsible for whatever visitation time. He's responsible for health insurance or whatever the case may be. And homeboy hold up his end. And now, because, I don't know, maybe you found out he got a girlfriend before the ceremony or something, now you feeling away. So in terms of what Art Payne said, I think there are two extremes that he's putting together as well. That you can't put the extremes together of we need to hold these women accountable and fuck them all, it's your fault. Like, those two things can't exist together either. That like you can't just be like, oh well, it's your fault. It's your fault, dog. Suck it the fuck up and figure it the fuck out. And then at the same time say, let's hold the women accountable. Like, you don't. One defeats the purpose of the other.
Okay, how so? When we get to that, okay,
if you say that because he decided to nut inside this woman and she had a baby, despite any decision that he may have wanted to make,
right?
Okay, cool. Let's live on that side. It's his responsibility. It's his fault. It's his decision now. So that means basically, no matter what decision she makes as that child's mother, whatever decision she make, you as the man that did that, you got to suck it the fuck up and eat it. If she decide that she not gonna let you come to that graduation, you got to suck it the fuck up and eat it.
Well, let me just correct it. You got to take responsibility for the fact that you let yourself vulnerable to this woman. And if you want to fight it, I don't want to hear you start complaining that it costs too much money to fight for your kid. That's what the men say. Well, it costs too much money to get child support. I mean, to go.
Pain, but you know that the game.
You asked me, and I'm just telling you. When a man starts to say, "Listen, I want to see my kids," but then you're going to automatically, right after that, put up the barrier that you can't get to them because some fucking bitch is holding them back. When we know there's a legal system that you have to go ahead and use to get your rights. And if you decide that it costs too much to get your rights, who's that on? Who is that on? You know, and then for the woman's side, let me also say, and we keep trying to take agency from the women. I'll let you go for this one. A woman has to allow a man to stick his Johnson in her. Okay, my yes never trumps a woman's no. So if I don't have a condom and she doesn't want me to put that shit in there, I'm committing a crime if I do. And if she wants me to take a condom off, then it's up to me to say I'm man enough not to take a piece of ass. And I'll tell you, give me the percentage of men who walk away from a nice piece of ass. Give me a percentage of men. And don't tell me if they're poor. Don't tell me if they're rich. Don't tell me if they have a lot to lose. All the shit, the percentages are the same. We know high flute men have given up fortunes for having sex with the wrong woman when they knew better. So I'm just saying, the dynamics at the event horizon, at the beginning of the vagina, belongs to the woman. That's why she controls sex. And so she's ultimately responsible for, listen, I have daughters. And BMU, you could correct me. If my daughter came home and said she was pregnant, I might be mad at the dude, but I'm gonna be living with her because I knew it was her choice
Me
to
too.
let that fucking guy in.
Me too. Me too.
Well, you got daughters. You got daughters, Watts. You think about how you would handle that. I mean, I'm not saying you got to go scorch earth because she's pregnant, she's having a kid, you got to deal with that. But I'm saying, when I would approach my daughter, say, why did you have a raw door sex with somebody that you're not even close to? I'd be mad at the dude, but it's her responsibility. She owns the commodity.
No commitment whatsoever, just letting them raw dog you.
You know, I don't disagree with what you're saying, but because I am raising both, my disappointment is the same on both sides. Because the same way that my daughter ends up getting pregnant by some dude that she's not committed to, and I'm disappointed in that, I'm disappointed in how my son would find himself in a position where he would get some chick pregnant that he don't even plan on committing himself to.
Hold it, but the commonality is disappointment. But there's levels to this. There's different shades of disappointment.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, and my disappointment for my son would be higher than for my daughter.
No, I disagree.
Okay. So time out. So you're telling me that if you're raising a son and a daughter, and let's say hypothetically speaking, you're raising twin kids, they're both 16, and they both come in the house and tell you that they either pregnant or got somebody pregnant, your disappointment would be higher in your daughter than in your son?
Absolutely.
As their father, you're telling me your disappointment would be higher in the daughter than the son.
You can answer this, because I do want to answer it too, but go ahead.
Go ahead.
The flavor of my disappointment will be different, right? But I'll be disappointed in both of them. But the way it would impact our family would be different. Because of the nature of the pregnancy, right? If my son got somebody pregnant, a lot of that pregnancy would be invisible to our household because that kid's not, that woman, that kid, they're not going to be grown. That baby is not going to be grown in the house. It's going to probably be on the family side of the mother. If my daughter got pregnant, she's going to be here with me and my wife all the time. Matter of fact, we'll probably be raising the kid while she's going through arrested development. I might not be raising my other grandkid the same way because he'd be in the hands of his maternal grandparents, for most likely, because that's what happens. Not that I wouldn't be disappointed in both, but my son might not have no arrested development because he could go right on to college. He could go right on because he doesn't have the heavy lifting. The women do the heavy lifting, period. So my daughter's going to have arrested development for 4 years or 5 years because she's going to have responsibility for the kid that she let happen. So that's the difference in the disappointment. That my son might be able to do whatever. He got a scholarship to go to college. The fact that he has a kid is not going to stop him from going to college. But it might stop my daughter from it. You know, so it's not a way that women do the heavy lifting when it comes to pregnancy, and there's no way around it. And the parents of the woman, they'll do the heavy lifting.
Yeah, I agree with it. I think that I'm trying to remember what my grandfather said. My grandfather said, God bless his soul. He said, son, there's a difference between my grandsons and my granddaughters when it comes to making babies. He said, with my son, I'm responsible for one dick.
Yeah, I heard that one.
With my daughter, I'm responsible for several. I agree with him. I agree that, just think about it. Even from, and I'll say this out loud, even from a lot of people don't like to do this today because it's not sexy, right? But even from a biblical perspective, the Bible even says that men shouldn't allow their daughters to be whores. It says it. Leviticus 19:29. It says it. That fathers should not allow their daughters to be whores. And what does that mean? So let me give you an example. Let's say my daughter is dating a guy. Okay. This is how we prostitute. The Bible says specifically, do not prostitute your daughter. Oh no, he says, do not defile your daughter by making her a prostitute, by being with several men. This is what the Bible says. So Leviticus 29 for those who out there who read the Bible. However, if my daughter is dating a man and she gets with him and she gives her virginity to this man. And her and this man break up. And she meet another man and she give him some coochie. Then they break up. Then she get with another man. And that man get the coochie. And she move and he move on. She's been in so many relationships, or let's just say this because it's 2026, 2019, 2017, I think it should start in 2020, 2019, 2017. But now there's no committed relationships before the pussy is popping. Arpain, you probably old enough to remember the songs back in the day that went a little bit like, they're never going to get it, never going to get it, never going to. Women had songs telling you that you're not getting no pussy unless you work for it. Men don't have, I'm going to bring you up in a second time. Men don't, I was looking at the grape percentages now, Arpain and 100 Watts. Okay. The grape, if you Google it right now, rape has gone down 56%. Do you want to know why rape has gone down 56%? Why men ain't taking it from women no more? Because they giving it away for free. You don't have to do nothing no more. You tell her she cute, get her some, tell her she cute, tell her she looks sexy, make her feel like the most beautiful woman on campus, the most beautiful woman in Walmart. You probably can fuck her in behind the car before she gets her grocery in from Walmart. It is so easy to get pussy now. You don't have to do nothing. Remember back in the day, you said, I'm gonna take on a date. I'm gonna bubble up a little bit. I'm gonna bubble up a little bit. And you don't have to do that no more. You don't even have to go on no date no more. The pussies out here today are Goodwill and Salvation Army pussies. It's as simple. So I'm saying to my daughter, if you come home and tell me, bring y'all up, guys. When I tell my daughter, I told her this: you going to college? Cool. If you come home and tell me you pregnant, I'm gonna ask you 2 questions. Were you raped? And if you say you are, I'm going to prison. If you say you're not raped and you let a dude raw dog you, it's your fucking fault because I put you up on game and told you how the nigga's gonna do you. I'm gonna ask her 2 questions. Let me bring up Tommy. I got Tommy and I got 2 of my brothers in the back right now. Pause. I got Tommy B in the building. I got Trey in the building, man. What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing tonight? My guy.
Oh, man. What's up, Trey? What's up, Arpain?
But yeah, that's my point I'm making, guys. We listen. I don't know what happened to me. I'm gonna say this how I'm gonna let you cook. I don't know what happened to men. What happened to the fathers who used to check niggas who played with their daughters? What happened? Now, bruh, I went to my son. He graduated middle school yesterday to go into high school, right? I went to this graduation. These are 8th grade girls. I swear to you guys, these girls could have left the graduation and went to the club. Who dressing them? Who making them look this way? Somebody help me. I have no idea. What the fuck is happening right now? Where are the fathers who said, hell no, I wish my daughter would. I wish my daughter would try to come play me and put on some provocative shit with her ass out. Ooh! I will put my foot so far up her ass, she'll chip her tooth on my cufflinks. I got the beige rage in the building, ladies and gentlemen. The beige rage is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on, my guy? Real quick. What's going on with you, my guy? So, guys, I don't know if y'all saw the video earlier, Trey and Tommy. The man went to the school to see his baby graduate high school. The mama knew he was coming, Trey. She pulled the daughter from walking so she couldn't get her diploma, pulled her because he was there. And said she's not participating in the graduation.
I saw that.
Hold on, Beige. I'm gonna get you in here. But I'm gonna get Tommy first. Tommy, what are your thoughts? Then I'm gonna get Trey's, then we get to Beige Rage. What are your thoughts? 100 Watts, you can reply to me after them. Go ahead. She's not participating in the graduation. Somebody got their YouTube on in the background. Is it you, Beige?
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, pause it. Yeah.
So, like I said in the chat,
You feel me? I agree with R-Pain. This shit don't come out of nowhere. Like, these niggas like to say, oh, she turned that way. No, she didn't. These niggas out here be so pussy with, they ignore all kind of disrespect. They ignore all kind of bad behavior. And then
Agreed.
when the broad get to acting like this, it's, oh my God, it came out of nowhere. No, it didn't. Or number two, you smashing a broad that you done known for 3 days, 3 weeks, maybe even 3 months,
Agreed.
get her pregnant, and you're wondering why she's acting this way. Well, probably because you don't know her. And I've been saying this since 2020 when I met you, BMU. I got 2 BMs. Both of my BMs, not only did I know them, I knew their family. I knew how they acted. I knew their principles. I knew what they stood on. I knew what they were willing to do when they got mad. I knew where they were willing to take it when they got mad. I haven't paid a cent of child support, ever. I'm not surprised because I knew who I was dealing with. The problem with these niggas is they never know who they dealing with. You're literally sticking your dick in a stranger and you're wondering why this stranger is acting this way. You don't even know the person you had a baby with a lot of the times. Or you do know them and you ignored all of these red flags that they were showing because you were so pussy with. And so then when you're out of a relationship and the same red flags that was going on in a relationship start showing, you acting like this came out of nowhere. Like, people don't act this vindictive out of nowhere. This don't just turn on. This is something that you have doing. So you know that time when she got mad and she was hanging out of your car door, she was climbing up your apartment, she was breaking in your house or something like that. You know, all of that counts towards the type of person she is. So the situation might not have been this exact as far as like dealing with the kid, but she shows some signs of when she gets mad, she don't logically deal with shit. And so when you decide to have a baby with that person, guess what? When she gets mad with that baby, she's gonna act the exact same way she was before. It's just gonna be using the baby this time.
Now let me say this too. Like, and just shout out to you, Tommy. I'm saying is for the men, because I think that men are in a situation where they do damage. So say for instance, he did have sex with this woman, she had a baby, right? She didn't abort the baby, so she kept the baby. All right. Most of the time on panels and stuff that you hear on YouTube and so on and so forth, Instagram, so on and so forth, is women saying niggas ain't shit because they don't show up for their children. They're not in their kids' lives. This man said, I'm going to go and be at my daughter's graduation. I'm going to support my baby. This woman is upset and mad. Now, and I want to preface this. I want to back up a little bit. I saw something the other day that Mr. Fantastic posted. That shit was it was a bar. Mr. Fantastic say, if your new chick look better than your baby mama, you definitely gonna get put on child support. And I agree. And I know men who have been single for a very long time, just like you, Tommy, ain't paid a lick of child support in their kids' life at every football game, every basketball game, supporting them financially, no child support. But he meet a chick and she fine as fuck and she look better than that baby mama. Oh, you finna get put on child support. Bam, show.
So BMU, when I left my first BM, she had issues with the chick I left and went to.
Okay.
She was younger, etc. They had issues. Again,
right.
I still haven't paid a penny of child support.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So again, like I said, a lot of these situations, people ignore these flags because they're in this bliss or whatever. You know, because I've been talking to dudes for a minute about just standing on your standing on your boundaries, and niggas have an issue with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of these niggas in relationships, they're so scared of losing the coochie that they won't even stand on shit. So a broad will be out of pocket, and instead of checking that shit, I'm gonna let it ride because if I say something, she might get mad. If I say something, she might leave. So I'm gonna just let it pass. And I tell everybody all the time, once you give a person that pass, you're giving them permission to act that way. Period, point blank. And that's with male or female. Once you give a person a pass to act a certain way towards you, you're giving them permission to act that way towards you.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people do that and they miss that shit. And then, you know, when they end up in a different situation or it comes back a different way, they're acting like this shit came out of nowhere. Nobody turns that vindictive out of nowhere. And if it does happen, it's super, super rare that it happens that way. You're either a vindictive ass bitch like that or you're not. And I promise you, most of the time in them situations, it showed in some way, shape, or form.
Now, I will say this too. I'll say this. I'm gonna get to you, Trey. You on deck. I will say this. There is. If you go into the mental, I know I saw 100 Watts shaking his head, so I'm probably gonna say what he's thinking. There is in the mental health realm of things. There are people. I forgot what it's called. Oh, I know what it's called. It's called imposter syndrome. And these are people, and this is not rare at all. A lot of people get this. 23 to 30% of people get this shit. It male or female, where they can be so amazing. And they said the thing that triggered them could be something in their past, something in their childhood, something that happened to them traumatically as a kid, and they suppressed it in their brain somehow, and they became a better person. And somehow they can be with you 2-3 years. And you say something that trigger them, and they'll turn into that motherfucking person immediately. Cussing your ass out. You be like, whoa, you ain't never talked to me like that. Wait a minute. Whoa.
Listen to what you're describing, and you're literally saying that's not rare. That don't even sound right. That sounds like some rare ass shit. For you to pretend 2 to 3 years, that's a long time.
And Trey, Trey, Tom, let me ask you this. Have you ever seen, I think it's a documentary. Oh, it's called Malignant. Have you ever seen Malignant?
No.
Y'all need to, anybody
that's Malignant? Great, man. That's a great show, man.
You ever seen it, R-Pain?
Yeah.
Malignant. This woman was amazing. She was great. But all of a sudden she met a guy, and the guy abused her. And when he abused her, something her brain triggered, and that bitch turned into a serial killer. Start killing everybody. Like, she was amazing. She was a coward.
Okay, she was see, this is YouTube. This is what we do. Listen to the extreme that you're going to.
No, what I'm saying,
you talk about a chick that got abused and then turned into it, exactly. which is also what? A super rare situation.
So you're saying that if I could show you here on ChatGPT the percentage of people in the United States who have this syndrome is higher than 30%, you'd be okay with it?
I mean, that still would be the minority, but what I'm saying is you're not going to be around somebody 2 or 3 years that you've pissed off before and they didn't show shines. Again, we've been on YouTube this long.
Yeah.
How many people have we seen try to act a certain way on YouTube and they can't help but get exposed? And this is through the screen.
Yeah.
So you're talking about somebody that 2 to 3 years now you're probably living with, laying down with every single day. It is very hard to be a fake person when you're living with that person every day. Through the dating phase, I'll give you that. Because guess what? You got to go to your house, I got to go to my house.
Yeah.
But once you start cohabitating, the real you, that's why my dad always told me, it don't matter, boyfriend, girlfriend, or your best friend. You don't really know somebody until you move in with them. So many friendships have been broken up by becoming roommates.
Agreed.
I gotta agree with Tommy.
Hold on, Paige. I'm gonna get Trey first. Trey first, and then you. Trey, what's your thoughts, man? Let me set the precedent, Trey. You go to your son graduation. They tell you, "Hey, Trey, I'm glad that you came." The mom just pulled him and said he can't walk because you're here.
I'm not completely sure what you want.
I want you to be Trey.
No, don't let me be Trey.
Here's the thing. If I don't know that would happen in my particular situation. I too have 2 BMs. My second BM actually looks better than the first BM, and the second BM is the one that put me on child support. So I don't fit that mold of what y'all saying. Actually, the first BM, we cool. Now I say that to a certain degree because BMs are the enemy to a degree. So I say that only to a certain point because I know anybody can change it. I'll say this. Listen, I'm not one of these guys that believes that women are a monolith. I think there's a spectrum when it comes to women. I think that what you get in the beginning may not necessarily be what you're going to get in the end. I think that relationships change them. I think that moving in with them changes them. I think that them having a child changes them. I think that them getting married changes them. I think that them getting a job and making more money than you changes them. I think there are several things that happen during the course of the relationship with a woman that she starts to become something that or another that she wasn't necessarily in the beginning. And if you had relationships with women to any degree, even we got married men on the panel, I guarantee you can say with pure confidence that your wife is not the same woman in totality that she was when you first met her. There has been some changes. There's been some things that you had to learn. I think back in the day, the process was, well, we'll get married. Well, we won't do anything. Then we'll live together and then we'll learn all of this as it comes. I think the younger generations figured out that that's probably not the best idea. And so they decided, we're going to cohabitate. We're going to shack up first because I need to see what you about before I make that full-time commitment. Here's the thing. When you're dealing with a baby mama, especially when you get to the age of having a teenager, my son is 16. So when you have a teenager, majority of my conversation, I really don't even talk to her. I talk to him. I don't have a lot of conversation. And even though, like I said, we have a cordial relationship, I still don't talk to her as much. Now, my daughter, on the other hand, is 7. So I have to have conversations with her mother forcefully that I don't want to have. And I can't wait for the day when she has her own phone and I don't have to talk to her mom anymore. It's a tough situation. I don't know what I would do if I showed up for my child, as I always do, and the mom is being adversarial to me. I don't know what I would do. I will say this, though, and I do agree with Tommy on this. Men have a scarcity mentality. This idea that you can't find another woman is utterly ridiculous. The idea that you can't tell a woman it's either my way or the highway, you're getting on my program or you're not, or I'm going to move on. I'm not going to tolerate disrespect. I'm not going to tolerate embarrassment. I'm not going to tolerate humiliation. I'm not going to tolerate emasculation. I'm not tolerating any of that. And if you decide to go down that path, then I'm moving on. It's something that I think that was the initial thought process behind Manosphere Red Pill content, was to try to teach guys that you don't have to deal with this stuff. It has evolved into something completely outside of that now. But I think that was the initial point of it. We have a problem with men not being able to stand 10 toes, stand up straight with a spine, look a woman in her eye and tell her, that will not fly here. I will not tolerate that here. I will give you a pass. Maybe I didn't explain myself thoroughly enough the first time, but from here on out, you do this again, you embarrass me, disrespect me, whatever the case may be, you're gone. We don't have that with a lot of men, and we see that not only just in the Black community, but we see that all over the country, just men in general. Just cannot stand up to women for some reason, and I don't understand it. So I don't know exactly what I would do. I probably, if I could work it, if I could finesse it, a BMU, I would probably try to get my kid to get back up on the stage and walk anyway. You know what I mean? Just do it anyway, right? Or I would probably throw a big party for him and then tell him, hey, invite every friend you have, invite every family member you have, and we'll just do our own thing. But I'm not gonna make a scene, because that never works in Black men's favor. I'm not gonna make the scene. That's not gonna work for me, but I would try to figure out another way. But unfortunately, when you get down this path with women, this is the leverage that you give up. When I talk to you guys about marriage, this is what I be talking about. This is the leverage when you have kids, when you get married, this is the leverage that you're willing to give up, because there's not really much you can do. And in most cases, you're gonna look like the guy, you're gonna look like the bad guy, even though in this particular case, you're not the bad guy at all.
Now we got Beige Rage in the building, man. What is your response? I know you got daughters. Yeah, what are your thoughts about going to a graduation and your baby mama say no?
Look, I would say it like this, right? I seen that video, right? And I was like, oh my God. I had flashbacks, put it like that, right? And Tommy, I agree with you. You know, there's a lot of times that us men, we see signs and we don't want to accept them. Because I know a sign like you know, pain. I grew up in Chicago, but I live in Iowa now. So I came here because, you know, the mother of my children got, you know, she got pregnant, and I ended up saying she didn't want to come to Chicago, so I ended up coming here, right? But when I was living in Chicago, right? I was south, and she came there. Some incident happened, and I went to go do something, and the lady bust up my whole crib with a hammer.
Damn.
Jesus.
Kind of crazy motherfucker. You are.
Yeah. Okay. And you know, so you know how you like what the, and I see the signs, but I was like, and she took off and went back to Iowa, right? At the same time, after she busted it open, right? When I came home. So it was like, what the fuck? Right? So I turned around, but then I ended up, you know, she found out she was pregnant, right? And I said, okay, I ended up doing the dumb and getting married, right? Now listen to the signs, you know, and I see that. And when that brother was going through that video, and I seen, I felt his pain, because after I left my wife, right, and down here, and I got on my own. I guess she didn't think I could make it on my own. You know, most people don't realize I grew up in Chicago, so we're gonna make it no matter what. And she came to my crib and seen that I was, you know, back in action again, put it like that, right? For a second. And I had to eat. So next thing I know, I'm coming out the apartment, and sheriffs are out there, and they served me a child support thing.
No.
And a no contact order. So I felt, and since then I've been going through a battle of like Russia and America, you know, a silent battle with each other. Like we need each other. Well, more like America and China. We need each other, but we hate each other. And then she pulls stunts like that right there, until I had to do kind of like Tommy said. I had to put my foot down and let her know we ain't doing this no more. And we this is what we're going to do. I'm on this birth certificate. I pay child support. I make sure my girls are good. And we're not doing this because we're not putting that independent, I could do it by myself, I don't need no man, I mindset into my daughters. We're cutting that out. I had to step up as myself to the man I know, you know, that I let that person castrate at that time. You get what I mean? I had to bring that back and let it know that we're not playing that. Sometimes men's got to realize, like you said, Trey, I don't need you. There's other fish in the sea. There's other things out there better. I'm not going to let you demasculate me because you needed to feel better about yourself. And you got to know how to say, man, I need to step to the side because I got to better myself and make myself the right man that I want my daughters to see. And that's where I came with that concept. And so now I make sure that I teach my daughters, you know, where I get where guys like, you know, we ask a girl, is your dad in your life? Now I understood what they mean by that. Like, because when you got a dad in your life, a daughter looks at, you know, when she gets older, she looks at that man a different way. She know how to correspond with that man. She know how to talk to that man because she's seen how her father react, you know. But I also come to that conclusion, like some people say too, when you got a good man, you get a crazy baby mama. When you got a doggish man, you get that good baby mama. You know,
Hey,
that's what I got.
Black man, you on mute, Black man.
So Hunter Watch, you want to respond to something I said earlier about that situation, or you want to wait?
I think everything that's been said here is nice and sweet. So I'll say the soft nigga part. Okay. The soft nigga part of this is all of this is escaping the heartbreak that comes from a father behind shit like this. Like, for a father to be standing at his kid's graduation and be pushed out of that is heartbreaking. But no, because you're a dad, you got to suck the fuck up and all that shit. Right? You baby moms and child support and withholding the children and all of that. There's a level of heartbreak that's involved in that. Because fuck her. We're talking about my child now at this point. Now we're talking about my ability to be a father to my child. Because no matter what, when this child becomes 20, 30, 40 something years old, they're going to reflect back on how I was as a father. And when they reflect back on how I was as a father and all they see is absence and avoidance and all of that shit is heartbreaking because it's not necessarily my fault. That's not necessarily something that I tried to impose on my children. When I walked into this situation, there are plenty of men that walk into a situation with a woman and have all of the intentions of being there for their child. So even when you do what Tommy and Trey was talking about and put your foot down and you create the program and tell her either get with the program and get the fuck on, that means that you are willing to say, even though you have given me children, I will still kick you the fuck off this bus and keep this bitch rolling. And if that's a decision that you're going to make, again, there's still a level of heartbreak that's involved in that. So for that, I'm gonna land real quick. I'm gonna slide out the way. I'm gonna land real quick. The other part of it too is we have way too many examples in life, whether it be relationships, money, athletic, whatever the case may be. People switch up because of how they feel. It don't take much for a person to be nice and kind to you one day, and because they felt slighted behind some shit some backdoor deal that you made with somebody that ain't had nothing to do with them. They felt slighted by some decision you made, or this felt slighted by some conversation you had with somebody. That happens in relationships all the time. Just like Trey was talking about, like, y'all, there's no way in the world I'm going to sit here and believe that any one of you men that's sitting here on this panel right now is the same man that you was 15 years ago. And if that applies to you, that applies to any woman that you next to, even if you next to her for 15 years. Y'all are not the same person. And depending on how life worked out for y'all, it'll determine who that person becomes. Because it might not be your fault that y'all don't work together no more. It could have been the 15 years that y'all was together, y'all busted y'all ass. Y'all kept going to work every day and all of that, and y'all still living paycheck to paycheck. There's a level of resentment that's built from that. Not because you a piece of shit or because you were a liar or now this person's vindictive or they've been playing the sleeper role the whole time. Sometimes life just works out to where people just aren't who they were when you met them. And sometimes vengeance is a motherfucker. Hey, our relationship didn't work no more. Because our relationship didn't work no more, now I'm trying to destroy everything you got going.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Let me so I'll speak furthermore to my situation. This is why I brought up knowing their families, right? I know who they go to for counsel as well. So I know if in that situation, I know both of my BMs, the people that they go to for counsel would have checked them in that situation. So again, it goes deeper than even knowing them. I know who they go to for counsel. I know how that person would react in that situation.
Counsel. But that's because you had counsel.
No.
Counsel, stop. Tommy. You had counsel, so you knew to look for that.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, it's part of knowing who I had a child with. In saying that, am I saying that the woman's behavior is right? No, but what I'm saying is, this is the difference between having a kid with somebody that you've known for 3 months and the difference between having a person that you've been with for 2 or 3 years. Because 2 or 3 years, I'm going to eventually end up meeting your family, meeting your auntie that raised you, meeting your mom, meeting your dad. So guess what? When we end up in the situation, I know who you're going to go to, and I know if they're going to just be a yes man or no man. I'm also going to know that even if they want to correct you, I'm going to know if you're going to be the type to even listen to that person. Because you got some people that, the people they go counseling will give them good advice, and they still won't listen to them. So for me personally, I put myself in the best situation because I knew all of that before I even had kids with these people. My point is, people are having kids with people that they aren't even going that deep into knowing them.
And that's true.
And I'm saying, and that's most of these situations with baby mamas, baby daddies, that's the situation we're going into. You having kids with essentially strangers.
100.
Okay,
Let me ask him a
and
question.
but
100. Let me ask him a real question right here on that point, though. Would you say that your anecdotal experience, Tommy, is the rule or the exception?
I would say that most people don't.
You're giving
No,
us
no,
your
no.
personal thing. Is
Because
it the
listen, what I'm
rule or the
saying.
exception?
It's anecdotal because,
No,
and the reason why I
not
say that.
the
Hold on,
anecdotal.
listen,
Is it a
listen to
rule or the
me.
exception? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I can't say it's a rule and exception because everybody would have to do what I did to get those results. So I can't compare my results to a nigga that's known the chick for 3 months and go, oh, his shit didn't go that way, but mine did. But I can guarantee you that if most guys went into a situation where they actually knew the chick, they knew her family, and they knew the people that they went in counsel with, and they knew the reaction that they would have to in those situations. So put it like this: I know the reaction if one of my BMs went to say their mom or my other BM went to her auntie and said, "I'm going to put him on child support." I know what that person is going to tell them because they know how I am as a father.
I'm with you,
at
Tommy.
what age? At what age does the child have to get to for her to no longer be vindictive anymore?
I just wanted to finish this.
It never happened. It's always going to be
Let me just
vindictive.
finish this string with Tommy. Because Tommy, listen, when I say rule or the exception, right? Let's just say that there's guys who have been meticulous with their women. And the outcome, we can't compare outcomes, right? Because everybody's outcomes are going to be different, right? Because of situations. So is it the rule or exception that of your anecdotal, how many people who've been meticulous have the same kind of similar outcomes you have? And we're saying that some guys think they have been meticulous and it still doesn't come out the way it worked for you.
This is my problem, Arpain. You're always going to have that. Absolutely. But would I say the majority of the people that was meticulous like me have a good result? I believe so.
Okay. I mean, we could dispute. I dispute that. I mean, but I hear you. I mean, there's no argument.
Okay, wait a minute. So let's stop this. Let's go again. So you're saying the majority of guys who have been with their chick for multiple years, to the fact that they know they know the chick's family, to where they know the person that they go and counsel with, to where they know that that person that they go counsel with has a good head on their shoulders and isn't just going to be a yes person. The guy that put themselves in that situation, most of those are getting bad results.
Can I answer that? We already have legitimate data that men who've done all that work with women for years in marriage turn out to find a woman who divorced them, surprised the hell out of them. They knew the families, they knew all of that shit. And then when they go to that divorce court, they don't even know that woman. I mean, so we already have a lot
It's a bunch of you married niggas sitting in your fucking driveway because you don't want to walk in the house.
You don't like the answer. I mean,
like, what are we talking about?
I'm using your scenario. If a guy's been married to a woman for 10, 20, 30 years, he knows the families, he knows all that. And when she divorces him, he don't even know who that fucking woman is. That's not the woman I married. Right? I trusted her. I trusted her family, all the people, I know them. And she still, when she wants to get her get back, and we're battling it out of court, she treats me like I'm a stranger. And we have enough data to show that women who leave their husbands, even what the man thought he had a great marriage, turns out to be that he's like on suicide watch. You know, so that happens a lot.
We're also leaving out something. We're leaving out leverage and opportunity. We're leaving out motive.
Yeah. Okay.
If she has a reason to divorce you because it's beneficial to her, whether that be financially or whatever the case may be,
and you're no longer useful or whatever it is.
Yeah,
you know they say hell has no fury like a woman scorned.
And she might turn into a person that you may not have seen. Here's the thing. I don't believe that a man that is up on game, that is with a woman for a certain number of years, should not have positive results. He should know what he's getting himself into. Right.
I agree with that.
But wait a minute. What about people that have been arranged marriage?
Hang on. The issue here is that I also believe a lot of men don't know shit about women. That part too. And I think that they don't know what they're getting themselves into. I want to speak real quickly though to what 100 Watts said about the heartbreak, because I've been on those calls where we've had to take a man's child from him because there was a court order or there was a whatever the case was. I've been there, been in that situation. I think one of the curses of being a man is that we don't get that opportunity to have that emotional, sympathetic sort of moment like a woman would have. A woman is in that same situation. She can break down crying. Everybody's going to surround her. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. But in that same particular situation where this kid is being snatched off the stage, if that man were to break down crying, he's not going to get that same sympathy. They're not going to surround themselves around him and try to make him feel better. I think that's one of the curses of manhood for whatever reason. We just don't get that option. I agree with you 100%, 100 Watts. It is heartbreaking to watch men who are trying their damnedest to be in their child's life be met with barriers and be stopped and told they can't see their kid. And I've been in calls where the kid was supposed to be there at 7 and it's 9 p.m. and she won't give him the kid. I've been there. It is heartbreaking. But for whatever reason, the sympathy doesn't work for us. We don't get that. I've been in child support court in my own case and in other cases. We don't get that benefit, right? I've seen women break down crying and judges feeling sorry for them. We don't get that for whatever reason. And I don't know where to go with that, but I do know this. Men have to, this is why it's so important for men to understand what you're getting yourself into when you have a child with a woman. Regardless if you marry her or not, there are some states where actually marrying her is actually beneficial to you. And there's some states where not marrying her is beneficial. It just depends on where you live. But we have got to do a better job. And I'm not even gonna say we. I think there's enough education, enough knowledge on the internet now to explain what you're getting yourself into if you decide to bust that nut anywhere outside of inside of her. If you decide to do that, you are putting yourself in a bad position. And it is just like shooting a gun. Once that bullet go out, you can't get it back. It's gone. And you have no control, and you are responsible for whatever it hits at that point.
All right, now go ahead.
I do agree with both of y'all on that, but also you have to look at it like this. I think it's more of a culture thing, because if you look at a lot of other countries, like from Africa to Asia to Persian to all around, they have arranged marriage where they don't even know each other, and they get married, and they've been married all their lives, and then they end up dying. You know what I mean? Together. Even here in America, certain people still use that arranged marriage, and they still, been together. And I just think, like, here in America, it's a culture thing where we just look at it as, well, especially for a woman, they already planned their exit strategy before they even get started. That a lot of women already know, because I live in Iowa, which is a like, hey, I love women's state when it comes to child support. You know what I mean? And I've been like Trey said, I've been in them courtrooms, and I'm looking at the judges like, what? How you going to try to do that when I don't got nothing to do with that? You get me from my past that happened, and that's been 10 years ago, and I'm a straight up dude now, and I ain't got caught a parking ticket in 20 years, but I look at, like, here in America, the women's and men, like, we look like, if it ain't working or if it ain't going through it, we could split and go away. Because even like 60 years ago, 70 years ago, you look at our grandparents or our great grandparents, they wouldn't stick that out to Epson bounds and through everything, bad situations. They would let they knew that it was co-opted work, with the being parent. And I look at now, like, as a society, we just had to kind of faded away from that. and that strength of family and staying together no matter what, working it out. I think we all just look at it like, hey, I could get just as fast, get rid of it.
Are you saying that you want your parents to choose your wife for you?
I know. I'm saying that the fact is that we are culturally set to where, we think that we get a divorce real quick if it ain't working. Where you see them other cultures where they was like, they got, even though they're arranged, they don't know each other, but they get to know each other and get to love each other and get to being with each other for the rest of their lives. They could, even when they come here in America, they can even get divorced, but they still work it out. Well, we're so quick here in America, or our culture here in America, where we just look at it like, hey, we could get rid of that, because even 60, 50 years ago, here in America, with our great-grandparents, they stuck it out through thick and thin, through, high wells and hell, and it wasn't even arranged. I just think now as a culture we have is that it could, quicker we put it together, quicker we destroy it.
When you have strong family bonds from those foreign cultures, they have an obligation to make those things work. Those family bonds, those family structures almost don't exist anymore here in America, especially in the black community.
And our pain, they're also not marrying for love.
That's right.
And those arranged marriages are put for all kinds of reasons. Yeah. It ain't love.
Well, you could go to love.
I think the issue that we have here in America is everybody want to fall in love. Yeah. Everybody wants this emotional connection. Yeah. To me, marriage seems to be about duty. When I look at my grandparents who've been married longer than I've been alive, I see duty. I don't see them being, overly in love with each other. I see them saying, hey, my grandmother looked me dead in my eye and said, I made a promise to God to take care of your grandfather.
That's what I'm talking about, Trace.
Yeah, there it is.
That's what I was talking about. 60 years ago, 70 years ago, our great-grandparents and grandparents was like that. They would stick together to thick and thin, hell and high water. Now we got a culture.
You got a guy on the panel. You got a guy on the panel who believes just that. That's exactly what I did.
Right. But you have to understand something. A lot of programming has happened. My grandmother got married in 1960 something. Okay, they've been married for a long time. All right, and there was no Hallmark. You know what I mean? There was no Lifetime channel, right? There was no social media, right? That told them to go chase love. Love is a fleeting a thing. I'm not saying that. And listen, if you find love, great, good on you, good for you. But we have used this for generations now. We're going on Gen Alpha now, and teaching them you should find somebody that you love. No, you need to find somebody that you see that you are willing to be dutiful to. That you're saying, I got you until the day you die. I got you.
These people now are looking for money.
You play your role, and we'll rock this thing out. Because my grandmother's 86, my grandfather's 88. I guarantee you, they're not doing nasty things anymore. This is all duty at this point. He take care of her, she take care of him. They look out for each other.
They have a lifetime of nastiness, man. They had a lifetime of nastiness. It's like
the second thing I want to get
they still ain't getting on, Trey. They might be still got that groove on. They might be still listening to Isaac Brothers.
You can walk in and that be pulling
I'll put it to you this way. If my grandfather's getting it in, he ain't getting it in with my grandmother. I tell you that.
So I want to go to the next subject for the night. To this notion of protect all women.
Oh my God.
Now I didn't pull a video of a man speaking of this. I actually pulled a video of a woman who was speaking about this. And then after that video, I'm going to show you another video, what she means by that. Let's see, where is it at? Okay, here we go.
Black women are the least protected group in the world. Y'all love to say that, but then y'all act like the members from NWA. I don't understand how a pack of gang members are seeking help. You guys are hooligans and thuggerillas. I don't understand who's going to save you. Y'all are the big bosses on campus. Y'all are the top dogs in the prison yard. I don't understand who is there left to save you. And I hope you don't think the black man's coming. The same black man that y'all put down under every single post. The same black man who can't depend on you for shit but childbirth. That's it. Only thing y'all do is birth black man. Y'all don't do anything else for them. That's nothing else. And then get mad when they go to somebody else where they're more appreciated, loved, and respected. You talk, a black woman don't respect nobody. They talk crazy to kids, men, grandmas. Only time a black woman keeps her ass in line is when that boss checks her ass and it's a yes, a master. If a man is talking to a black woman and she starts getting loud and he says, hey, calm yourself, she's gonna be bitch, da 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 da. Never in my life could I even, my man say, hey, even me, I sometimes a little black come out and I'd be like, oh, did he? But hey, check it. I'd be like, okay, look, my bad, dog. But a black woman is prepared to fight you if you tell her to fucking don't talk to you like that. She will break your shit. She will disrespect your mom. She will do everything in her power to go all the way to fucking 100. And they thrive in that shit. You see them online thriving in it. They think the shit's funny. They think the shit's cute. But then it's like you want to see him like, protect us. Nah, big dog, you got it. Black
Now I want y'all to see what she's talking about. Look at this video. I know most of y'all probably haven't seen it, but here we go again.
Bro, you're in big trouble, bro.
Hey, bro, chill, bro.
Fellas, JT just came in the door. JT, welcome to the show tonight, my boy.
What up, though?
Hey, man, what's your thoughts, JT? We'll start with you first.
That was a clean uppercut. That nigga doubled up on that motherfucker, didn't he? I have no fucking remorse for these goddamn strangers, bro. I don't know nothing about that. What did she do to make him uppercut her that way?
She hit him first.
No, I'm being facetious when I say that.
Yeah.
What did she do to make him uppercut her in the manner that he did? That uppercut came with a lot of angst and hate. He was trying to knock her block off.
He was trying to make a point.
So whatever it was that she said to him, it is what it is.
Did she hit him first? Because maybe I missed that.
I wouldn't give a goddamn. I won't give a goddamn. She ain't my goddamn daughter.
All right, here we go. You ready? You looking, R-Pain?
Yeah, I'm looking. Oh, yeah.
Oh. Finish her.
That's crazy.
Flawless victory. Listen, we're in a situation. I'm telling you, man, we're in a time where men ain't saying, I'm gonna hold your wrist no more.
Well, I mean, they want equal rights.
Yeah, equal lefts. Yeah, equal lefts, equal rights.
I mean, you put your hand on a man, you expect to get
keep
reaction.
Your hand to yourself. Keep your hands to yourself. And if you in front of a man, ma'am, you do understand that you can't beat. I don't give a fuck if that nigga was 5'5" even, 100 and 100 even. Stay the fuck out his face. Walk the fuck off. If you stand up to a man, especially if you put your hands on him, be expecting what you just saw. That uppercut was, that nigga looked like an MMA fighter.
Look, every man ain't Don Julio. Every man ain't gonna sit back and be like, "Oh, okay, baby, I know you. I'm bigger than you. I'm gonna do not protect you." Shit,
he sat down on that punch.
Hey, someone knock your block off like he playing like he's Mario. He was trying to hit like he was hitting that Mario button. Boop, get that star.
But so how do y'all feel about JT first? How do you feel about the young lady? What she said? She said, "Hey, women want protection, but they're like the NWA. They're like the thugs. They're like the men on the yard."
It's just the fact that she had a weave on and she had titties. We've been talking about this shit for the longest. They was telling us, boy, Bye, boy. Get the fuck out of my face. Let me tell you something. My heart has grown a lot colder having these conversations with these women, observing these conversations, how these women, the way that they talk to us when they on these fucking panels, when they in real life, all of these things. My heart has grown fucking cold. I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm at the point right now. I don't give a fuck. I will walk right past that. I will walk right through the goddamn fight. Excuse me, y'all. Continue.
I think a lot of people like that.
Hey,
but JT,
hey.
we're supposed to protect our women.
JT.
Hey, I'm not putting my hands on a woman though like that. I ain't going to jail.
Option. The smartest option would be for you to walk right by it because we've seen. As a matter of fact, it just happened. I want to say it happened last month. A guy intervened in a domestic violence situation.
And got deleted.
He got deleted. So
I actually seen that in real life.
Yeah, it's
outside Chicago.
I tell guys all the time, you mind your business. You can call 911. If you really want to do something, just call 911. But whatever you do, don't go over there. I mean, we saw the two brothers that went over for their sister. And he got both of them.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah.
Got both of them. So, you know, and you don't even know the circumstances behind it. And the truth of the matter is there is a contingent of women, not all of them, but there is a contingent of women that do see you as dispensable as a man. They see you as not disposable as a man.
Yep.
So
yeah,
Trey,
they don't care that your life is there. I'll put it to you this way. I've said it before. I do believe that men should protect women. I will stand on that. I do believe that men should protect women. But protection comes with authority. If I am assigned to protect you and I tell you that this is what needs to be done to keep you safe, you have to do it.
You're right.
And sometimes that may come at your own detriment, something that you may not want to do. Sometimes I have to protect you from you.
Like don't wear the outfit outside.
That is. But I have a daughter. I would never want my daughter to be with a man who doesn't think that it is his responsibility to protect her. It is your responsibility. That's what you're signing up for. It's your responsibility to protect her. But I will also tell him, if you tell my daughter to do something that would save her or protect her and she chooses not to, put her back in the box and return her back home. I'll take care of it.
Yeah.
Because they have to at least listen. We're dealing with women now who are telling you, I know better than you. So I don't need your protection. And we had this conversation, what was it, last week? I think it was a topic last week you had. We talked about it where, you know, do women need men? Yeah, you need us when the shit hits the fan. When the shit gets real, they start looking around. It ain't no men around. Or what do they say? I guarantee you in that video that we just watched, if we watched it a little bit longer, there's a woman in there somewhere saying there's men standing around and the men didn't do anything.
Yep.
Guarantee it.
Yep.
There's somebody saying there's men there. Why didn't y'all do something? So there's this idea that when shit gets crazy, men are supposed to intervene. We're supposed to do something because we're supposed to be the protectors. And I agree with that. So I cannot protect anybody who does not want to listen. I was in a police academy. They told us straight up, they don't want to listen to you, move on, leave them.
You know, Trey,
you have to put your oxygen mask on first before you put other people's oxygen mask on.
Yeah.
You know, Trey, you right about that because I got two daughters. I got a 14-year-old and one about to be 13. And one about to graduate 12. Thank you, baby. 12. You know how it is. But
whoa.
So now you go too far.
But
she said, get it right, Dad.
Yeah, right. Did it? But one's getting ready, you know, graduate from middle school to high school, and I teach my daughters, don't put your hands on no man out of nowhere, because because everybody is not Romeo. You get what I mean? Everybody not Casanova. Some of them, the young knees will knock you out, block out, and I hate that to come over and take care of that business. Also, I agree with the fact that the matter is this, is when you get old enough and you get married to a man, he's taking my responsibilities over that. And if you can't keep up with my responsibilities, then you step aside, sir, and I'll keep on take care of the responsibility. But also let my daughter know, you know, if that man gives you, that's like your dad. I give you orders to protect you and watch over you, make sure you good. I tell you don't wear this because I know what's going to happen. I tell you don't go there because I know what's going to happen. Just like your husband being a man, he know how other mans think. So if he tell you, no, baby, don't wear that because it's going to cause problem, you should look at him and say, okay, because he's protecting me, and I don't want nothing to happen to him. Because if I go out there wearing this and some idiot say something to me, and then he got to step up and take care of me and watch and protect me, then I won't put him in danger where I might end up losing him. So I teach my daughter also that now if there's something you don't you disagree with your husband, come to me later on and talk to me. And I'll tell you or give you advice or not tell you, but give you back because that is your husband now. He took that responsibility over. But all that putting your hand, if you put your hands on a man, expect to get hit back. Because me personally, I tell her I'm not hitting no female because I live in Iowa and they put brothers under the jail for that. So I don't care if she beat you up with a baseball bat. they put you under jail for that. So I ain't going to jail for nobody.
So Iowa, okay, so Iowa reminds you that
this is America.
What just happened? I lost them.
Hey,
Yeah.
let's not ever play that clip again. Like ever.
So listen. So Tommy, did you get a chance to see the video?
Yeah, no, I saw it. I was giving my son a bad. That's why I hopped up. But I watched it.
The girl
yeah,
hit on girl. Okay.
I saw it. World Classic posted really. I guess I'm gonna have to be like the simp on the panel. I ain't find that shit funny. I probably would have jumped in once he hit her back. Cool. Once she on the ground, we got problems. Me, you, JT, 100 Watts, we've been around this motherfucker for about 5-6 years. The reason why you don't see me on these panels as much as like y'all are is because of what JT just said. I don't want to be jaded. Because in the real world, women don't treat me the way I see women treat niggas on these panels. In the real world, I am respected. In the real world, women don't talk to me any other type of way. So that's why I still feel the same way I feel. And that's why when I watch that video, I feel a certain way. That's why I avoid these situations that these panels create with these women, because I don't want to be jaded. Because I enjoy walking around feeling like if I see a video like that, dog gonna have a problem on his hands. You got to remember, and this is the part that kind of, bro, we're on the same internet where I just see pussy ass niggas explaining to us why you shouldn't fight Chud the Butler if he comes and says the N-word to you.
Right.
Which is the craziest shit in the fucking world. And we're on the internet with niggas that's literally making excuses for that shit.
Yeah.
These are the type of people who we're around on it. So that's why I try to stay because you got to understand, bro, like the internet is a different world and it kind of exposes different human beings that you aren't naturally around. And so that's why I try to stay away a little bit. You get what I'm saying? So I don't want to, and JT, I understand why you feel that way because you guys are on this shit a lot more than me. So you deal with a lot of this wild, disrespectful chicks like that. Like, bro, when I walk into the earth and I'm in Stockton, California, it's hoods all around this motherfucker. I do not be disrespected like the way that I see this internet shit go. And I don't know, maybe, I know it is that. In person, shit's a lot different. It's easy to do the shit through a screen. It's harder to do it in person. But when I'm walking amongst this earth, black, white, it don't matter. Women don't talk crazy to me like that. They don't.
But you don't got to be jaded to be on game, though.
What do you mean?
I mean, because I hear what you're saying. Like you're not jaded by the perspective of what you're hearing on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like I do understand that, but at the same time, like you not green. Like you do understand. Like this shit still happens out here. It don't happen to you, but you've been around the way enough to know that this shit's still out here.
I understand that, but when JT said he's jaded, I feel like a lot of that is due to this internet shit. I don't think JT in his real world is going around and females is just disrespecting him like that. A lot of that shit is this panel shit where these bitches get to talking crazy as fuck. Motherfuckers is in motherfuckers is overly passionate about subjects that don't really fucking matter that much, and they get to barking off and going crazy and y'all. We see niggas that do it, so why don't y'all expect females to do it? Like we literally see niggas up here that can't keep their fucking cool in the conversation, and then we're surprised that women are getting disrespectful. So
even in
your
go ahead, just in your regular life, not even you specifically. Just in your life, you don't see women do the things that the internet portrays them to do. That doesn't happen.
I see it as a minority, not a majority. And what I think happens is the internet
blows it up.
The internet projects extremes, right? So I remember I had this conversation, I think years ago. I don't know if you remember this, Black Man. He was talking about these chicks in Walmart that was wearing this crazy shit. And everybody on the panel was like, this happens all the time. And I said, if it happened all the time, we wouldn't be talking about it right now. The reason why we're talking about it is because that's an extreme. And I think what happens with the internet is it kind of fuzzes the line between extremes and norms. And because the extreme is pushed out there so much, we start to think is this norm. Think about it. We think every nigga in the hood is a gangster, when literally the overwhelming majority are just regular motherfuckers. But because the internet is only going to push the niggas that's out there doing that shit, you think the whole hood is doing it. I was in the hood my whole life. Somebody tried to break into my house one time. The entire time I lived in the hood.
So let me ask Trey.
Go ahead, my man.
So let me ask Trey this. So as Trey being the only police officer on the panel, so Trey, can you relate to what Tommy B is saying, or in your experience, when you went on a call as a police officer, was this the minority of domestic violence cases, or was it the majority of cases where women were punching niggas in the face and being disrespectful to men? And like, what is your experience as a police officer?
So my experience is a little bit different because our jurisdiction is different. So where he talked about Iowa, we didn't do what Iowa did. We took the aggressor. So whoever started it went. Then that was the end of it. So when we did our investigation, let's say that our Payne and his wife got into a little scuffle. And during the course of our investigation, it was found that she, and this happened a lot, she mushed him or pushed him upside his head first. And that was what started the physical conflict between the two of them. She got taken. He didn't. Even though when we got there, he might have beat the hell out of her. He wins the fight. DC didn't operate that way. So I have to say that with just a little bit of, we didn't do things. Now you go down south, if you in Georgia, it's a completely different. They don't, the man is always guilty, he going, right? It just depends on where you're at. I will say this. I am not jaded from the internet. I was jaded long before I got on the internet because of the job I had. Because every night I was 3 to 4 domestic violence calls, and we were arresting women. It was mind blowing to me how many women we were locking up for domestic violence. And of course, the charges don't stick because men, they're not gonna file no charges on a woman. But it was unbelievable to me to how many women we were locking up every night. I had a female partner for 3 years too. And so, we got a lot of the domestic violence calls because I had a female partner. And so I was already jaded because, and I've said this before, law enforcement red pilled me. I was red pilled long before I got on the internet because I saw it with my own eyes. I saw women look me in the face and lie to me and cry and tell me a whole bunch of stuff that never actually happened after we do the investigation. I also had a lot of men tell bold-faced, straight-up lies, straight to my face, and would treat me like I'm an idiot, like I didn't know any better. So I saw both sides of it, and I do agree. That's why I asked Tommy, do you actually see it? And I do agree with Tommy. It is a minority. It's not everywhere. This idea that every time you go out the house, like, bitches is getting uppercutted is crazy. That's not what's happening. That's ridiculous. I've gone out to many nightclubs, man, and nothing's happened. No crimes happened. Nobody got shot. Nothing happened. So I do agree. That's why I asked him. I do agree with Tommy on that it is a minority. And it happens, honestly, more infrequently than we actually think, which is why we do highlight it a lot of the times. But unless you live in these big cities, if you live in Atlanta or New York City or Philly or Houston or LA, you probably, or Memphis, where there's a predominant Black community, you probably see it more often than others. This is why guys on certain podcasts, I won't name, I think they're completely jaded because they live in Miami. I'm like, well, you just see whores every day. You see OnlyFans girls and Pawn Stars all day. And you think the rest of the country acts like that, and that's not actually the truth. All the women are not Pawn Stars and OnlyFans girls. As a matter of fact, it's only 1 million of them. Meanwhile, there's 150 million women in the country. So that's even just less than 1%. So I do agree with Tommy. I did want to make that point, but my jaded came from night in, night out, doing reports, and putting handcuffs on people, and going, this is crazy. We should not be arresting this many women for DV.
I was going to say your job.
Real quick. Information Man, thank you for the $4 super chat, man. He said peace and respect. Information Man, if you're not busy tonight, brother, you can come on up here and join the conversation, man. The link is at the top of the chat. If you don't see it, let me know. I'll put it in the chat for you. I'm gonna put this out there for you though, Tommy. I think this was for Tommy. Somebody put it in the chat. They said, let me go find it. Damn, I should have started this shit. Hold on, let me see. Somebody said something about so many, there it is. So many men lose their life over a chick that's going right back to the guy that hit her. How do you feel about that?
I've said this since 2020, and Trey will tell you, the number one reason why police officers, or the number one call police officers get killed on, is domestic disputes. So I understand the danger in there. It's just me as a man, I ain't about to watch you just stump a chick out. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it just that's something that's just hard for me to watch. And I'm not saying it's right, wrong, or indifferent. It is what it is.
Yeah,
you know
it's just.
But,
I think any guy with daughters. I think any man with daughters like that.
I'm gonna keep it solid with y'all too.
Real quick. That man that punched that girl, he was a trained fighter.
It looked like it. He sat down on the punch.
Yeah, well, he did that.
So my thing is, I go protect her. This motherfucker hit me with a round kick. I'm down there looking her in the eyes while we both on the ground. You see what
But at least I died on my morals. At least I died on, got knocked on my morals.
No, fuck that. No, this is the thing. This is the thing. So,
and I ain't gonna lie to you. Hold on, that even makes him more of a pussy.
Yeah.
So this is the thing.
Well, he should go to jail.
We won't see, especially you had what appeared to be a white man and a black woman.
Yeah,
that appeared to be. You don't know, but the thing is this. First and foremost, we need to be as men aware of our fucking surroundings. We can't be quick to act, right? Because that's what get us all fucked up too. So at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, if I'm walking past and I see some shit like that, there's a certain response that men actually will have with another man that actually will talk him off the ledge, because we ain't trying to do that shit for real unless we really, you know what I'm saying? Hey, if the nigga already saying fuck the world, it's a done deal. So you have to be understanding of what you're dealing with. That's not normal to see a man uppercutting a woman in the manner that he uppercutted her. You dig what I'm saying? So if you saw that nigga sit down on the punch like that, yeah, nigga, you better go over there and you better just start whooping his ass, then ask questions later. This is my point.
Yeah, but wasn't that video, another girl in the car?
Hold on for a minute. Because I don't give a fuck about the situation. If I looked at it as an onlooker, it does make me jaded.
Wave your hand, Josh.
When I'm not only seeing women on these panels talking shit, but
what's going on, man?
Especially at the level of life that I'm in right now, and I'm seeing it on the earth. You dig what I'm saying? When I'm hearing these young, I don't experience that. So my own experience with women, nigga, you already, Tommy, you know how we talk about how we got down, you know what I'm saying, or get down when we date women and shit like that. I'm looking at this fucking generation of fucking women, and I ain't talking about the generation Z's and the alphas. I'm talking about the millennials, right there on the end of that motherfucker, on the cusp. These fuckers, that's parents that's getting ready to be fucking, or some of them are already grandparents. The way that they talk, nigga, is so fucking reckless. And I'm talking about on the earth. We already, as men, when it comes down to marrying and dating black women, we're behind the 8 ball. One of the reasons is because our voice has been silent for so fucking long. It's like a culture shock to these women right now to hear the way that we speak. The way that I'm speaking right now is because I am a content creator. Is because I do talk, and I know that we have an audience right now. So for me to go up here and I'd be like, look, that was a great uppercut. I know who the fuck I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm talking to. But on the earth, I may not say shit. What you say, Trey? Call 911. And I might not, and if I can suggest it, call the ambulance. Not the ambulance, call the ambulance. I'm so fucking, this shit is fucked up. And it's not just with the women, it's these punk ass niggas out here too. And let me say this. If you got to resort to putting your hands on a woman and sitting down on a punch like that, you a bitch ass nigga to me too. Yep. You dig what I'm saying?
I concur.
I agree with you.
Yep. I agree with that one.
Hey, JT, let me ask you this. Because I truly believe that
before you go, guess who got sued in that situation, in that deal? That was in Dallas. That was in Dallas.
She did.
She got arrested for assault. She did.
She initiated the.
She got arrested. He didn't get no time.
I kind of followed the shit. You know,
he didn't get nothing.
Well, good. I mean, I guess by the letter of the law, that's the way that it should have gone down, right? Yep. If she initiated that altercation. I do believe, and this is what I was going to ask JT, I do believe there is levels of intervention. When you see these types of situations, if you want to go and be like this sort of like white knight, like, why you fighting her? Fight me. I'm a man. Fight me. I'm a man. Versus, come on, bro, just chill out. You just try to get in between them. Like, all right, come on, chill out. Or you just go. I think there's levels to this. I think oftentimes, from what I've seen, and just anecdotally, the guys who get hurt behind the intervention are the fight me, I'm a man guys. Those are the ones who typically are the ones that get it the worst. The guys who just kind of get in between them, like, come on, man, nothing really ever happens to them, right? They just kind of get in between. So do you think that maybe it could be the way the men are intervening versus them just not intervening?
It is absolutely the way the men are intervening. Let me explain something. If I'm intervening, I've done some intervening before, I'm intervening the aggressor, which normally if it's between a woman and a man, it's her. Come on, sis. Because I can handle her way better than I can handle him. The thing is this, if I go to him and she's aggressing him and I put my hands on that man, what's the first thing he gonna say? Nigga, take your hands off of me. That bitch is the one that's doing all that. And you gonna come over to me, right? So when I go to her and I'm out here, you know how she is. Let me at him, sugar. Let me at him, sugar. Let me at him, sugar. Then I let her ass go. All that shit. It's like them little ass dogs to be barking, then you move the fence. Now only thing she doing is going back to talking shit again. You dig what I'm saying? Okay, go ahead. Go up on, because the nigga already told you to back the fuck off. I'm looking at her. I'm telling her, for your own good, you need to leave him alone. Walk away, sis. And you know how that go. Me telling that man to walk away, and the nigga said, my nigga, she just smacked the shit out of me. If you don't, I've done this. When motherfuckers sit back and I'm going into it with somebody, whether I ain't never got into it with no goddamn women with motherfuckers, but somebody that aggressive, and then motherfuckers is coming to me. And I tell everybody, anybody put their hands on me, we all fighting in this motherfucker. I'm not the fucking aggressor. Why, when the shit start to hit the fan, everybody's coming towards me? You know why? Because y'all already understand that motherfucker's about to get their ass whooped. Don't you put your hands on me, especially if the shit got to a point where we already at the fisticuffs already, and then a nigga get in between. I get mad in a motherfucker. Nigga don't put, because now the nigga can sneak a punch on me, or a motherfucker can do whatever they want to do to me. Man, back the fuck up off me. I can control myself. So that's kind of how I look at it with men and women.
My problem with that situation was once he got on the ground, he was advancing towards her. That's when my problem came in. If she was on the ground, got up and kept on running back towards him, yeah, you done. But once you hit her with that uppercut, she was pretty much done. And then you were advancing towards her to do more damage. And I'm like that. Now, I'm not about to sit here and go, hey, guy. Like, nah, that's out. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Ain't nobody about to sit here and announce no shit. It is what it is. But my only issue with that video was once you got her down, now you're advancing. Then you essentially turn into the aggressor. And I'm like, that's weak. You know what I'm saying? Once you put her down, you could bounce out and is like she was done. You talked about the uppercut.
But Tommy, the thing is this. I get that, and you're right. But my whole thing is that the message needs to be to her. You see what happened? My message needs to be to her because you can't measure
for you. But and I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a race element too. I'm not about to watch no white dude do no black. It's just that's out.
I get that part too. Blank. But this is my thing. Once the shit hits the fan, you can't tell somebody once they give their aggression off on a motherfucker that's enough. No, it's not. It's not enough until I said it's a motherfucking enough. So the message needs to go to the person that sat back and initiated that shit. You see what happened when you initiate motherfuckers like that? You don't go sit there and say that bear shouldn't have mauled that woman to death and all that shit. No, you should say, hey, bitch, you understand that you don't go to a zoo, jump over the motherfucking fence and start fucking with bears. Walk the fuck away. You know you ain't gonna be able to win. I don't care how mad you is. Walk the fuck away because that could end your life. The message should be able to hit them clearly because they should be able to care about themselves as much. It ain't too much for that nigga to sit back and say, especially if he got bail money, fuck that. I'm there already. It's already done.
I'm gonna get Josh in here real quick because Josh came, but I'm gonna get Josh in here just after this. I want to show y'all this. This
what up,
also
Josh?
Happened in Dallas. I guess Dallas, the woman is whooping the asses place on the planet. But this also happened in Dallas. And I'm gonna show y'all this and then Josh, you can take it from there. He got something he want to say about this. Listen, watch this. Let me turn the volume, get the volume right. All right, here we go.
Spirit Airlines says it suspended an employee who works at DFW Airport, and police are now investigating after an argument with a traveler got out of control.
She can't put her hands on me.
I love it.
Police were not on the scene while that fight was happening. They took a report based on the accounts of the people involved, plus witnesses who recorded the video. This apparently started over a problem with the seating on a flight. Fox 4's Peyton Yeager joins us now with more. Peyton.
Heather, and no one was taken into custody. Both parties involved were interviewed and released at the scene yesterday. So far, no one has been officially charged.
Rest in peace, Spirit.
Spirit Airlines supervisor and a traveler. Video shows them both on the ground shortly after she yelled a series of homophobic slurs at him, shoved him, and hit him inside DFW International Airport on Thursday.
I'm at the Panda Express and we just hear yelling.
Professional photographers' incident report released Friday. The feet separate the two. The woman is seen reaching around a few times, hitting the employee in the face. That's when he rushed her. They both fell to the ground. Police say she fell while attempting to run after hitting him, tripping over a chair. Once they got up, the employee puts his hands on the woman.
She, was verbally assaulting him, physically assaulting, been traveling professionally.
So
the woman
on one of the videos, you hear when she hit him, nothing was said. This is what pisses me off. When she hit him, nothing was said. As soon as he hit her back, it's a big old black dude in the back said, "Don't you ever put your hands on no woman."
It's always that way.
He talking about fight me. Fight. I would have slapped the fuck out of him too.
Yep.
That was
that nigga too. Stop playing with me.
Hold on. I got a whole clip, Black Man. Remember, I think all of us, me, you, Tommy, and a couple of other people I did a live on that shit, man. Do you remember when we were laughing and we was calling that nigga Charles Dutton? We called him Rock. And the nigga, we said that nigga was a linebacker in the way, and I just kept in slow motion showing the motherfucking tackling her.
So Josh got some more seconds.
That nigga, he look like Cartel, Family Mind Matters.
Go ahead, Josh.
So I got a problem with the concept of hitting a woman. The moment that you hit a woman, expect two fights. That woman belongs to somebody, whether it be somebody's. She's got a father. And imagine this. Put yourself in the shoes. Somebody hits your kid. What you gonna do? Whether she's dead ass wrong, whether she just went out and decided she wanted to take a bite, right? The moment she decides to do that, and you decide to hit back, do you not expect that another man's going to get involved because you hit their daughter, even if she's dead ass wrong?
Do that. That's why you teach your daughter not to do that.
Oh, okay. So no matter what, it's always going to fall on the women.
Well,
so you're letting women rule society.
Josh, I've been
You
in that.
teach your daughter not
hold
to
on.
put your hands on another man, or this are the consequences that's going to happen. If a man hit my daughter, I got two of them, just so you can know. If a man hit my daughter and my daughter was in the wrong, I'm going to teach her.
Let me
You should
engage this
never hit that
again.
man.
Let me engage this again. My daughter acts a fool, goes up and whoops your ass, right? Or just smacks you, right? Whatever it is, right? Now, I'm offended because you touched my daughter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now you had to fight her, and now you have to fight me.
Why are you not offended?
Hold on.
I just with both y'all.
Hold on. I've been in this situation before.
I'm a federal officer. You're not going to whoop me. There's going to be an army behind me.
I've had to deal
And
with this before.
that's the problem. It's always going to escalate.
I got a question for you.
That's why you don't hit a daughter or hit a girl.
Josh, why are you not offended that your daughter hit a man?
Because it's my job to correct her. The moment that a man gets involved to it, you have an escalation. That's the problem you guys are failing to understand is
no, we don't.
The consequences are
What about if it's a husband? What about if it's a husband?
The question isn't about, I'm not bringing the concept of the morals. It's the escalation that comes with it.
So hold on. I've had to deal with this before. My sister actually did it to her boyfriend, and she came and got us. And we came over there with instruments to come see dude. And he was curled up in the corner. Face was scratched the fuck up because she had clawed this nigga. And we had to turn around and look at her like, what the because of course, as a female, she came in as an innocent victim. Oh my God, I can't believe he. And we come in there and this nigga's whole face is clawed up because she clawed him up. She started the shit. So we had to get on her ass. And you know, essentially we out here taking penitentiary chances because you out here starting shit with dudes, and we had to get on her ass about that shit. So no, it's not it's not an automatic. You just go. A lot of times you got to find out. And let me tell you the biggest part, especially if you know who you're dealing with. Now, my younger sister, if that had happened, it'd have been just green light because I know her temperament, but I also know my older sister's temperament. So we already knew it was going to be a story behind it. And if the story didn't go a certain way, then we would have had to do what we had to do. But when we went over there and we seen the dude face, we knew what it was, and we had to get on her ass about the shit.
Well,
and I think that's something, Josh. That's the message that we need to be sending to men. The way you and your brother handle that, that's the way it needs. That needs to be the standard, the baseline of how we handle these problems. Is basically you yourself got to conduct an investigation.
Yeah.
Right. When your female family member calls you, you got to basically start an investigation and find out, all right, who started this? Especially as you said, Tommy, especially when you know the temperament of said family member. You got to start asking questions. I got cousins who used to call me, are you on duty? Hell no, because I already know what time it is. You started that shit. I already know. I already know. Don't call me. Don't call me. I already know. But again, to Tommy's point, my sister, I only have one sister. My sister, she called me. I already know. Yeah, that nigga beat her up. I already know it because she's just not like that. You know what I mean? I completely agree.
His thing is, see, Josh, is what you said is, if somebody hit your daughter, you come in to defend her, right? And if they put their hands back on you, right? You bring the whole federal people behind because you're a federal officer, right? Okay, now you see what you just called. Hold on, let me finish. Cause see, if you come at somebody like no disrespect, okay, but if you come at somebody like me, as being like I wouldn't hit a woman, but just say if I did, and you come at me disrespectful about your daughter and not question me what happened, and you try to lay hands on me, and I fade you real quick, and you talking about bringing people behind you, federal people, I got people on the streets that would take out federal people. You get what I mean? And then you got a war going on. Hold on. Then you got a war going on, or something happened because you didn't take your time out to investigate it.
No.
But that is the point here. What are we talking about? The moment that that's the point. The moment that you decided to hit a woman, You're thinking it's one fight. It's not. It's at the very least.
No.
Let
Let me just say this for a second, Josh. Let me tell you this: if you're not at the scene with your daughter and she got hit, and you premeditatively go after the guy who did it just willy-nilly, you're committing a crime.
Thank you.
Right,
I think you guys fail to understand the point. This is why it always escalates to violence.
Let me finish, man. You had your say. We know where you're coming from.
No, you're going past the point.
No, well, let me finish, go past the point, and you can correct me. How about that? Listen, I got daughters too, and I understand where you're coming from. If one of them come hit or beat up, I'm gonna want revenge, but I want to do the investigation. If it turns out we gotta fight, but I want to do it smartly. You ain't gonna just go willy-nilly hunt down some fucking dude because he hit your daughter, and you're a federal officer, like you said.
Thank you.
You know, I mean, come on, man.
Hey, not only that,
the lesson is your daughter shouldn't be putting her fucking hands on a man.
That's what it is. We all just have to fight all the time.
And the other part
women are right.
He also
they have
didn't
every
say
right
he
to
would
fight
do
a
an
man.
investigation either. He just said
You're
he going right after.
The moment that you have decided to engage in a conflict with a woman, you expect two fights. If you're going to sit here and say, well, it's based on the morals and it's everybody else's obligation, right? You have now just decided violence is the only solution. So whoever's the strongest,
your daughter decided violence is the only solution.
Josh. No. So Josh, this is the thing. This is what
you're just skipping over the fact that your daughter initiated this entire thing. You just skip it over it like it didn't happen.
Doesn't matter. You're trying to bring moral. You're trying to bring morals to force doctrine.
And that's how a lot of fathers die.
Hold on.
You don't feel like you're
correct, and it's how a lot of men that decide that they want to willy-nilly hit women die too.
But this is the thing.
All because the father didn't do no investigation.
Hold on.
No, hold on, bro.
You don't feel like you're enabling that behavior by doing that?
You're enabling that behavior the moment that you decide to put your hands on a woman.
Oh no, okay.
You're expecting the other person to be
reasonable
or not.
Josh, you tripping, Josh. You tripping.
I understand that, Josh.
I'm not married to his wife. His daughter.
Josh, what I'm asking you is, are you not enabling the behavior of your daughter as well by only disciplining the man and not disciplining your daughter?
Discipline went out the door the moment that the conflict arose.
So what you're saying, so Josh, so what
it's not about discipline anymore. Now it's just about conflict.
Okay. So what you're saying is you're empowering your daughter to go beat up on dudes because she knows she got you to have her back.
Yep.
Look, there's other social groups that do the same exact thing. Have you heard the term the white Karen? Where grandma goes out in the street and decides she wants to pick a fight because somebody's driving 5 miles an hour over a speed limit. What are you going to do when grandma's out there? You're going to have
grandma
to
getting physically assaulted.
Wait.
It's not the same example.
Hold on. Yeah.
It's not the same example.
It's the same example. It's the moment that you got physical with a woman, you selected conflict.
So hold on, Josh.
One has a battery element, the other has an assault element. When somebody's actually touching you, it's completely different.
Yeah.
You know that.
And this is the thing also, Trey. Josh, what you failing to understand.
Somebody going to jail.
Hold on, Josh. What you failing to understand is that you are talking to a different culture of men, first and foremost.
No, it has nothing to do with culture.
No, it does. Let me tell you why.
No,
it doesn't. Man, can I say what I gotta say before y'all niggas get to shaking heads and shit? God
damn. Hell no, JT, you wrong.
We as black men, we understand that more than any other motherfucker on this fucking planet. When you sit there and you go out here and get us in trouble, we know for a fact that we have cemeteries full of niggas in honor of their, not daughters, because we didn't have a whole bunch of motherfuckers that called their daddy. Guess who they called? Tommy already said it. My brother, my cousin, and all this crazy ass shit because this bitch want to put her hands on a nigga and now she got mollywopped and now she want to sit back and get everybody roused up. We have that culture where that shit is fucked up. When you hearing us talking right now, I'm the motherfucker that's sitting back saying, I'm fed up with that shit. Just like a couple of other these brothers. I had a fucking sister. I wasn't in. I came home to visit. I wasn't even in country 10 hours yet. And this bitch, I got to go over here and save her motherfucking ass because she and some nigga that she been living with for 2 and 3 fucking years get into it, and the motherfucker put his hands on her. I go there and I got fucking cousins. I'm from, and let me mind you something. I'm from Detroit. Nigga, we damn deep than a motherfucker. I'm supposed to be celebrating. I ain't seen my people. I ain't seen my people in 2-3 years. And we supposed to be celebrating. And now we over here getting ready to, everybody about to go to fucking jail. Cause niggas got, I don't know, I'm the only one probably without a goddamn gun. And this motherfucker is over here and we knocking on niggas' doors and shit, motherfuckers busting out windows and shit. This nigga starts shooting, pointing weapons. We pointing weapons and shit like that. This shit is fucked up. And it is all because of this motherfucking him couldn't get the fuck along, and they get to fighting, and she put her hands on him and he put his hands back on her. Let me tell you what happened. We get into it with the motherfucker. She talk about she want her clothes and all this shit. She get her clothes, all this crazy ass shit. These motherfuckers I ended up taking his gun away from him. And it was a dumb move on my part, because he stuck the gun out and I snatched it. That nigga could have shot the shit out of me. Anyway, moving forward, 2 days later, let me tell you what the fuck was the slap in the face.
She's right back there.
She was right back over there.
That's how it ended up.
That's it.
She was right back over there. My other brother, he was like, that's why I didn't go with y'all. Cause I done beat this nigga ass 5 fucking times. Next thing you know, that nigga ain't gonna let me beat his ass the 6th time. He gonna shoot me next time I go over there. Fuck her and him. When it comes down to daughters, let me tell you something. Yes, Josh, if that nigga put his hands on my daughter, it's on and popping. I'm on his fucking top, right? But guess who else top on? Guess who else I'm on? Guess who else top I'm on? Hers. I'm gonna give her way more smoke than I could ever get that nigga.
Is that the topic?
I'm cussing her the fuck out. I'm telling her, because what I told your hard-headed ass, you do the total opposite. Don't you call me no motherfucking mo when you sitting here and you got this goofy ass nigga and I told you this nigga wasn't shit. And you didn't, Dad don't know you old. Y'all just don't understand. The times are different and all this crazy ass bullshit. That's my whole point. Yes, I'll go over there and handle that shit over there. But I'm handling your ass too.
Hey, JT, one quick thing before Josh responds. What we say we're gonna do versus what will actually happen when that phone call actually come through,
right?
Two completely different things. I can see him tell you all day, I'm gonna run an investigation for my daughter. I cannot confirm that when my daughter calls me, I'm gonna run the investigation. I'm just being honest. I'm being completely honest with you.
Yes.
It might be a bias.
In my logical brain, yes, I want to run the investigation. Right? With my background, probably should be the first thing I do. But if my daughter calls me, she's crying, Daddy, I'm a dad. And same thing for my son. My son has called me crying before. I felt the same way, right? Yeah. So I want to. I think, I'm not saying we should give any grace, but I think it's as I said, we need to start what Tommy said, and we have to start to teach that to be the baseline. We have to start to get men to just take a quick pause. Just take a quick pause and say, hang on, who am I dealing with here? All right, yeah.
But, and I was going to say that, Trey, is your reaction is directly based off of you knowing the temperament of your kids. Again,
absolutely.
If you know, and maybe that's my question to you, Josh. If you know that your daughter pops off like that, if you know that your daughter is quick to hit a motherfucker, does that then change it for you? Or is it because you know that, and I don't know if you have a daughter, but if you do, okay. So if you had a daughter and you knew her temperament was to not act like that, then I think I can just say that from experience, I think your reaction is a lot different than if you have a daughter and her temperament is to pop off like that. Because again, like we said earlier in the show, this shit don't come out of nowhere. This shit is in you. It ain't on you. So that's my thing is if you know the temperament and you know she's a hothead and you know she's like that, I think your reaction is different than if she doesn't have that temperament. And if it's not, then you're just enabling her behavior. Because one thing a human will do is if they know that they have the power of somebody behind them they're going to use it and abuse it.
But it's accepted for. This is the thing, also, Josh. And I'm listening to what you're saying. It's accepted that you just like fuck that. I'm balls to the wall for my daughter, right? Pause. And so it's accepted, right? So when we're talking about combat, that's what I'm saying. When we out here and we fight for our women, our daughters, and our sisters, and all this crazy ass shit, we just balls to the wall. We don't give a fuck if she was right, wrong, or indifferent. It's always been a part of our culture. Now we're at a point where we're kind of fed up, man. We got the dog. When I tell you, we have cemeteries full of dudes that was in honor. It was in the honor of some goddamn female that probably wasn't even a fucking family member.
Yeah,
we got cemeteries full of that shit, man.
The reason why I jumped in when you said that is that might be American culture, dog.
It is. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said that he had to understand what the culture is, who the guys he's talking to on this panel right now. That's why I said what I said.
But I'm saying, but I'm just.
And I also think him not having a daughter also plays a part in it.
It does.
Having a daughter,
it does. Right. And hypothetically speaking for Josh, Josh, so let's say for instance, you do have a daughter, and she come home and say, "Daddy, Black Man Unfiltered did this to me." And you come over with your daughter and you say, "Come on, baby, I'm finna come over and I'm gonna show you how to fucking take care of this punk." And you get over and you swing on me and I beat your ass in front of your daughter.
That's another issue. That's
another issue you gotta deal with.
So now I done whoop your
Josh, what if you don't win the fight, Josh?
Your daughter
I'll be right
swung
back,
on
fellas.
me, I whooped her ass, and then you swung on me and I whooped your ass in front of your daughter. What happens?
Yeah, I'm going to take a horrible humiliation tactic. And I guess that's what you guys don't understand is if you're taking correction, if you're allowing your family member, daughter, spouse to be corrected by an outside person, you accept it across the board. So if I can correct your daughter by smacking her down in the street, so can the government, so can the KKK decide they want to come along and do it, right? You're setting that precedent the moment that you put your hands on another person.
That's a whole different.
Okay, so my question for you.
Precedent.
So my question for you, as a man, who has authority to correct you?
As a man, another man.
Okay. So you're saying that the world that we live in, the only authority to correct a woman is another woman.
No, another man. A man has the exclusive authority within our society,
globally
speaking.
So if a woman completes an indiscretion against a man, who is supposed to correct her?
Usually going to be her father, brother, sibling. It just depends on age and who's available.
Her father was not there present at the time of the indiscretion. Her father was not there present and witness to whatever the indiscretion is.
Yeah, I missed the question. Yeah, it's not available. Okay. Then the man ought to seek that out. If you on the street, random Joe Blow, runs into a situation, right, and you want her corrected, the onus is on you to seek out whoever her family is and inform them.
I will tell you this, sir. As a father of 3 young girls, if my daughters are outside and they are putting their hands on someone and they get put to sleep behind it, that's something they earned. I'm not happy about it. I'm not proud of it. It's not something I'm looking forward to. I agree with Trey. My reaction to it, I can't guarantee you what it's going to be. There's an ideal reaction. There's an ideal reaction that should be correcting my daughter because she is the one that made the indiscretion. No matter what his reaction was, she created a problem.
Right. I get your point. But your result of that is going to be whoever in society that is the authority at that point, you're granting them the authority over your kids.
So is a man not allowed to defend himself against a woman? Is he not allowed to defend himself? I don't. It doesn't. Okay. Time out. The matter of fact, let me give you this scenario. Let's say me and Ronda Rousey is in the middle of a club. I bump into her and I knock her drink on her jacket, and now she ready to fight. This is Ronda Rousey. She is a trained professional fighter, and she wants to fight me. Am I supposed to allow her to beat my ass, or should I just go ahead and put her to sleep? What would you say is the proper reaction in that situation of her ready to be physical with me?
You would basically escape it. No, you would escape the situation and seek out an authority.
How in this case, fuck am I going to No, sir. You are telling me that
Okay.
Time out.
I'm going to set here. Let me describe the standard that you're allowing. The moment that you allow an outside connection is, if I decide that your daughter is doing something I don't like, I'm allowed to go upside her head. What are you going to do about it? That's the standard you're accepting.
Okay, so this is what I'm. Okay, but this is the difference. This is what I'm saying to you. There needs to have some kind of understanding of what transpired here. If you went against my daughter's head because you didn't like the way that she said something to you, now me and you have a problem. But if you went against my daughter's head,
how do you know?
But if you told me that you went against my daughter's head because she decided to smash your windshield, I understand that your response was probably maybe something you wouldn't normally do, but it's something you did. My daughter did something to physically cause harm to you, your property, or anything that belonged to you. If your response was to be anything other than defending it or yourself, I would. If your response was to be to defend it, I would understand that. Now, if you told me you went upside my daughter's head because she said something to you that you didn't like, now me and you have a problem. You do understand that there is a difference there.
Yeah, but you've already accepted that I'm allowed to go upside your daughter's head for any willy-nilly reason because you accept the concept of it's okay. It's okay. The starting premise is it's okay to fight a woman.
I am only speaking in the terms of self-defense. Right, are you willing to accept that in the terms of self-defense, it is acceptable for a man to defend himself and put his hands on a woman in the terms of self-defense?
No, unless the self-defense.
So cool. I have no further questions.
Hey, Watts. You know what I think it is with him, Josh, is that he's not like me, you, and Tommy. He doesn't have daughters. Because over time, as you raise daughters, you understand, you get to know your daughter. When your daughter do something, you be like, I know that. I know she's wrong there. And you get to understand that. Then you know how to take action when it comes. Because, hey, Josh, you're a Christian, right? Are you a Christian? You believe? Okay. You believe that as a father, that is your duty once you give it to the man, that he takes over your responsibility, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if you discipline your daughter, right, for her actions, and you don't get chastised for disciplining your daughter, and now you get that responsibility to somebody else, why are you going to try to discipline that man for what he's doing, what you getting responsibility to do?
Yeah, I didn't agree to give. So I guess the parallel is I don't agree willy-nilly to allow society to. No, I don't. I don't make that agreement with society that society is allowed to correct my daughter.
But you give it to another man.
To another man, if she gets married, yes, it's his responsibility to protect her. It's his responsibility. But that man is not society. What you guys are talking about sets a precedence within society.
Josh, so let me say this. If I'm out somewhere, Josh, I'm not going out saying, hey, look at that lady over there. She looks like she needs to get punched in the mouth. I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is if I'm walking around my daughter or my son and a young lady's in line, I saw this video. I think Tommy was here when I showed that video. I think it was a lady. She was she was fit, very fit lady standing in line. And I guess the dude walked up when she stepped out of line and wouldn't let her get her place back. She punched this man so hard, she broke his nose and his glasses and had his nose bleeding. And this man just balled up and let this woman keep beating on him. If that woman did that to me, when the authorities get there, they're going to need to find her, to find the rest of her. She's not going to punch me in my face and break my nose and keep violently punching me, and I'm not going to lay her down. She has to be down. If it's just like a rabid dog. If a rabid dog if he's rabid and he's growling, what happened to old Yeller? What happened? They loved him to death, but they had to put him down because he was rabid. I don't understand how we should sit here. I'm with Hunter.
Because
at what point do we defend ourselves if you get punched upside the head by a woman?
Do you want to defend yourself against a woman, or do you want to defend yourself against an entire family?
Fuck that family.
I can do both of them.
Then there you go. We're back to the old
truth
300 years ago. That's the point.
The problem is, if I know you coming, then it's probably gonna be night for you, G. Like,
thank you. That's how I was playing to him earlier.
It just is.
That's how I was playing to him earlier.
And
that's exactly right, Tommy.
Let's get this understood, Hunter Watts. Ronda Rousey is breaking each and every last one of our arms.
Absolutely.
We ain't doing shit. We're going in an arm bar and we're going to the hospital after, nigga. It's a wrap.
Right.
Okay, and I understand that. But even if she break my arm, I might be able to hit her with a bang bang real quick before she catch me. I'm just saying. She gonna have to take something on the way down. That's all.
Tommy,
That's all I'm saying.
You probably taking that L, G.
But Tommy, did you see when Ronda Rousey told old boy, if you last 1 minute in the ring with me, I'll give you some pussy? That's what she told him. If you last 1 minute in the ring with me, I'll give you some pussy.
And did he hit?
No. She beat his ass.
Listen, hey, it's sometimes you just gotta chuck your you understand. Listen, Ronda Rousey is putting me in the hospital, and that's just that. You know what I'm saying? Ronda Rousey gets shot. Fuck that.
Yeah.
We just play like that.
I'm stabbing the shit out that broad, man.
You know
I'm
what
stabbing.
I'm gonna shoot you in your foot.
Get the fuck on somewhere.
I'm not taking that L.
Vera, I'm gonna tell
her saying she whipped my ass. Fuck that.
But Josh,
I'll say, Vera, put the knife down, Vera.
I want to ask Josh this question.
I'll shoot you in your pinky toe.
So this question for you, Josh. If you're out and you're having a good time, you and your wife having a really good time, and a lady steps out of line, you step up, she comes back and she says, "You got in my spot."
That's funny because that's her favorite fighter.
And hits you in your face and breaks your nose in that moment. And she keeps punching you. Are you going to defend yourself, or are you going to let her beat your ass until somebody calls the police?
You on mute, Josh.
You on mute, Josh.
You on mute, Josh.
This.
I'm going to remove myself. Call the cops.
You gonna run?
How you gonna run?
No. I'm going to call. I'm going to remove myself. Call the cops. Sue her and whoever else is attached to her.
Can I get my answer?
I believe him.
No. Because see, Trey was right earlier. You don't know what you would do in that situation, Josh.
Oh no, I'm absolutely. I'm absolutely. Well, if it's me personally, right, I'm going to put her in cuffs. But if I'm not like in my situation, I'm going to remove myself from her and take as much as I can economically from her as I possibly can.
What do you do when you got to arrest a female? What do you do when you got to arrest a female?
Oh, in our case, I'm incredibly violent to anybody. Doesn't matter who.
Hold on, fellas. Just like I told Josh,
is a beautiful thing.
Just like I told Josh, he has to be aware of who his surroundings. You need to be aware of who you're talking to.
That badge is a beautiful thing, man. That badge is beautiful.
Be aware.
You should be ashamed of yourself, not stand.
And this is what's crazy. I'm incredibly violent with anybody, but yet we're in a country where you're innocent until proven guilty. So that means you've been violent to innocent people. That's crazy.
I would 100% enact violence under any command that's refused. And in my department, they don't give non-lethal.
I thought you was a gentleman. Not
as a cop.
I'm not.
Josh, how tall are you, Josh?
6'1".
Okay, so we're the same height. So let me ask you this. So if you're pulling me over and you say, I'm going to arrest you, BMU, and I said, I'm not going nowhere, you're telling me that you have enough skill set to bring me down and put handcuffs on me.
Me. It's not a skill set. It's a tool system. Government authority is based on tools, not based on like the individual. So if I believe, like if I'm standing, If I'm standing toe to toe to you and I don't believe I can take you, you call back up.
He kept it wild.
No.
Just how it works,
right. So that's why I say you got to understand who you talking to, because this is the thing. One thing I know about cops is they always say this shit. This is a good word.
Where Trey go?
Okay,
Where you go, Trey?
Am I lying, Josh?
So,
okay.
But this be my thing.
Okay,
it's the
system that it is.
No, but listen. The word okay, cops use it a lot. Cops will use it a lot, especially when they say, "Hold on, let me keep it from escalating." Okay, the word okay, that motherfucker is a great word. Okay, and they will talk to you calmly, and while they're talking to you, they patching in back up. Once the backup get there, nigga is on and popping.
This be always my thing, though. If I'm 100% innocent, I ain't do nothing. Why the fuck would I be inclined to even listen to you? What do you do in which this happens?
Yeah, exactly. Listen, brother. I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
That shit in court. I'm fighting in court. Fuck y'all, man. I'm fighting that shit in court.
My therapist tell me I need to avoid shit like this because this is fucking crazy.
It is, and that's kind of the problem. Is basically everybody wants to assert like the concept of authority, right? So like the example of going against a cop on the side of the street, even if you're 100% innocent, right? The cop's just being an asshole. Which you're trying to assert some type of authority. The same way that when a woman decides to strike you, you're asserting your authority over her correction, right? You want to be the one to discipline her. That's a very dangerous scale in our society because we don't all agree.
Okay,
Two
so
families
Josh,
don't agree on what's effective discipline on a person.
So Josh, hold on, I got Josh on the bench right now. So Josh, what you're telling me, you said earlier that you will be violent with anyone who refuses the authority, correct?
Correct.
Man or woman, correct?
Yeah, correct.
So what if you arrested my wife and she refused you because she has a right to, and you manhandle my wife? Do I have a right to come fuck you over?
Yeah, I have to pretty much worry about looking over my shoulder the whole time I'm walking in Walmart because you might decide you want a piece of me.
Yes, it's gonna happen. We're gonna tear aisle 5 the fuck up.
Correct, but that's the society. That's the society that we live in.
Yeah, and so as us being men, we understand. That was my whole thing. We understand that these are the things that can happen with us. We understand as men that danger is just there, right? So like what you were saying earlier, Josh, I'm like, yeah, if a motherfucker put his hands on a woman, you were right when you said, hey, he got to think about. Not only do he got to deal with you, but he may have to deal with whoever else that you adjacent to, right? So the thing is that as men, we understand that. The problem is that when we have too much of this motherfucker, what ain't right and what is right, and nigga, once you in it, you are in it. You are fucking in it, and you got to accept anything that comes with it, right, wrong, or indifferent. You still got to accept the possibilities, probabilities, and all of these different things. So and we can agree on that part. I know we all can agree on that part right there. Women don't agree on that part.
Yeah, no,
that's my whole point.
No,
they don't agree on that part.
Okay, so in this conversation, I want to ask this question so I can get some understanding. In this conversation, you've been very opposed to applying force to women whenever we're talking about person-to-person situations.
His
you
daughter,
have said, no, fuck that, person-to-person. Because his wife, daughter, a regular rando, we'll just label it person to person, right?
Yeah.
So person to person interaction, you have been opposed to a man putting his hands on a woman. You're supposed to somehow find your way out of it, call the police or whatever the fuck. But are you saying that your thought process behind using force to man or woman is simply based on your career field?
No, it's
so where is the difference?
It's a prescription within society. If you decide that it's okay to, like a woman comes up to you and slaps you, if you decide that you want to react with violence, right, you now have to accept the concept of everything behind society of we're all just violent, we're going to fight. So you're inevitably going to get to my, like, I guess what we call authoritarianism. However, I don't disagree with the discipline. It's just you have to define who gets to do the disciplining, right? Do you as a stranger get to discipline my spouse, my daughter, that kind of thing? Or Do you basically approach the spouse or the father or whatever, one of the siblings, and have them do the disciplining? Because at the end of the day, ultimately what this boils down to is a choice between who gets to do the disciplining. Do you want the government to do the disciplining? Do you want the father to do the disciplining? Do you want this the siblings? That kind of thing.
Yeah,
you don't want to open that.
Call you. I'll do it before I call you.
No.
Right.
So this is the thing. That's why we have to really listen to one another, because this is the thing. You would have men that would get into it with the woman that they with, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's irate. The first thing that man would want to do is get somebody to talk this bitch off the ledge before he end up being the person he got to be, right? So at the end of the day, who's doing the disciplining, right? This is the thing about men, because guess what? When we sit back and we say, you know what? I'm going to walk away and I'm going to call your mama on you. I'm going to call your dad on you. I'm going to call whoever's the most influence on you, right? Versus me sitting back and giving you all the business that I can give you right now. Who does the disciplining when we are in that situation? If you've been in that situation before, then you understand exactly, because our mind be working so goddamn much where we like, damn, do I feel like going to jail today? Is this shit going to get to an escalation where we going to be on the fucking news? Or should I just go ahead, call the authorities, walk myself away, call whoever, the family members, it's shit like that we have to actually think about. And a lot of us don't do it once we get mad. Once we're mad, it's over with. But you got to understand that you're just shaking the hands with the danger. You're shaking hands with the devil now, because now, regardless of how I feel, if I do whatever I do, I have to be able to accept the consequences that comes behind it. And I don't think a lot of people actually think about it to that point. That's why I was saying there's cemeteries full of motherfuckers that sat back, and I guarantee if they can go back and think about the things that they did, they'd be like, damn, that would have preserved my life for a little longer. Or you got people that's in prison. Even I'll give you a better one. You have people that are in prison right now, and they probably done did already 10 years of the bid that they got, and they took somebody else's life because of another person.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think they're thinking about that shit right now?
Oh, I know that they ain't gonna do this.
Yeah, so it goes to a point of when we are heated, it's some things we just gonna have to accept once the shit hits the fan. One thing about men is that, and I can tell you about myself, if I make a motherfucking decision, I'm ready for whatever consequences that's gonna come with that. That's just what it is.
But JT, that goes to back what Black Man and Watts was saying earlier, where they said that you gotta be controlling us men. We gotta be control of our emotions. You just can't work off an impulse.
See, but being right, so but being in control of your emotions, man, you actually got to practice that shit, right? Let me tell you something. I ain't gonna be nobody's bitch. I swear to God, it ain't gonna ever happen with me. So controlling my emotions is something totally different, homie, than me being able to think things through. I'm not going to let anybody bitch me. I'm not going to let anybody come in my fucking family and act like they're the fucking authority of it. I don't give a fuck who you is. So the thing is that that's why when we, as men, we have to think about these things in our life where we're accepting of the consequences. You can talk to guys in prison right now that'll tell you, nigga, if I had a chance to do it all over again, I do it all over again, because they stuck on a principle that that's just what it is with them, right? We have to be able to accept consequences. The problem is that we got too much bitch assness in us, and it makes us turn to being, because we think about the consequences too much, where we'll say, I don't want to go to jail, so I'm just going to be this bitch ass nigga. Nope. I'm going to have to teach this bitch a lesson, and I got bail money.
But see, I'm gonna
have to teach this nigga a lesson, and I got fucking bail, and I'm willing to go ahead and give them 2 years of my fucking life, because this is what's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna be sitting here living my motherfucking life as a bitch.
But you know
take me to jail, then, dog. Fuck
right,
it.
that come what you said, like how you just say it takes discipline.
Take
It
me to
takes
jail.
years. It takes years to learn that, right? It takes years to learn how to control that. See, I learned mine's because I got locked up. If Payne and them was here to tell you, I was locked up in the Illinois State Penitentiary.
Okay.
So I had to learn how to control the emotions later on while I wasn't coming home.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And also when you said there's people in there, when you mentioned that, there's people in there like, damn, I wish I could take that shit back.
Yeah.
I talked to them. I was in the cell with them when them niggas in there crying.
You understand exactly what I'm talking about, brother, because
I've been to Menards.
You done seen niggas that got like football numbers. Life.
I seen life people, and I seen them when they sitting like, damn nigga, I killed somebody just an emotion of 5 seconds, and now I'm doing 1,000 years.
Let me tell you too, brother. This is the thing. I've had the privilege, and I've never been in prison myself, but I got family members, man. I done had friends, all kind of people that I've talked to. I done had motherfuckers, bro, that spent their whole adult life in motherfucking prison.
Mm-hmm.
And when they got out, man, the shit that they told me gained my wisdom. It gained my wisdom. It helped to edify me. And the thing is that it's just going back to the point of what are we willing, and this is where I'm saying, what are we willing to do to protect the women and the children of our family, right? At the end of the day, we just built that way. All of us are built that way. Even though look, it's some niggas that's the worst of worst. It's just certain things where the motherfuckers they still got fucking principles, right? But where we at right now, the mindset we in right now, BMU, the mindset we have right now is that people are too fucking comfortable, women and men. They're too fucking comfortable. They think that this world is built around them. And this is where, and it's really fucked up right now. When we starting to see, like what I saw 100 Watts, and my comment when I said that nigga sat down on that punch on her ass. Mm-hmm. See, a lot of people, they understand where I'm coming from because they just been hearing me because I've been on these fucking panels and shit, right? At the end of the day, I'm never one, and I got 2 daughters. And the last thing that I want to do is be in the middle of some bullshit with them and some nigga that they with, right? Mm-hmm. Now, this is the craziest part. We have to start changing our mindset, folks. We got to start changing our mindset. We have to be able to upgrade our mindset when it comes down to how this happens where women meet men. They're not meeting them through family anymore. They're not connected. They're not fucking, that whole concept of that man has to be able to do what I did. You know, he has to be, and I'm giving my daughter to that man. Ain't nobody really giving their daughters to no motherfucking man. Their daughters just grabbing that motherfucking man now, right? So even if it was to a point where you say, well, that man has to be able to do what I've never did, and this is crazy, and this is in America. What, he gonna be sitting there being a weekend husband? he gonna be a husband to be able to. He gonna be a husband for 2 weeks at a time. It doesn't matter because this is the thing. As men in America, our voices have been lowered so goddamn much, bro, that we don't even have fucking authority over anything no more.
That's
Nothing.
true.
And now we're trying to take back that authority, and we're trying to figure this shit out. We're in a tangle fucking web right now that's so fucked up where the next generations, bro, it's going to take generation after generation before motherfuckers get back on track. At the end of the day, I'm looking at how this shit is. We talking about marriage and dating and all this shit. The reason why we talk about it so fucking much because we are in a deficit. We are in a big ass fucking deficit. Women don't like men, men don't like women. And this is the tangle web that has been, and this was really fucked up. This is why life is just life, whether it's fair or not. You can't even call it. You just call it life. The reason being is this. The motherfucker that had been complicit in this shit, a lot of them gone. They ain't been here in 30 years. A lot of them motherfuckers died long time ago. That's why we still stuck on crazy shit. Well, slavery and Jim Crow and all this crazy ass shit that we be talking about, and when none of us was there, that shit sounds crazy as fuck. And then we try to talk about, well, women, and they not dealing with this shit no more with men because women, they have the ability to make money.
Hey, JT, let me ask you something.
All my fucking life, let me finish this one. All my fucking life, there ain't never been a time that I ain't never seen a woman making money having a fucking job. I've lived where I saw that women did not have a fucking bank account. But let me tell you what, they had means to get that motherfucking money out that fucking bank.
Yeah, I agree with
Let's
you.
have a moment of silence for every man who tried to turn a hoe into a housewife. Okay, bow your head with me, please. There we go.
And let me ask you something. What do you think created that society what you just talked about?
I mean, force, the force of the world, bro. It's so much shit has happened in this world where, I mean, you gotta read books and look at documentaries and talk to motherfuckers that's been there and all kind of shit. I can't go back because if I start talking about what started it, then I'm gonna be wrong as shit. Man. This shit, we are old beings, very old. This shit is just one thing after the next. It has not been a pause. This shit is constant. Everything that we experience is a constant thing that we experience. So to understand, when we talking about what started it, we have to go to a period in time to say this is where it started, but we got to end it in this sense. Because if we go back to, I'm so tired of talking about fucking slavery, nigga, I feel like I was a goddamn slave.
But I'm talking about when you was talking about the women's and they feel like they're independent and all that, right?
Yeah.
What do you think that caused that? Where the point where you think that was at? What do you think? You think that was like maybe like housewives or something like that?
No, it's a multitude of things. And if we get into it right now, like that's why you have to go back to the Black Man Unfiltered, giving a good shout out to him, and go and look at some of the conversations that we had. We've talked about these things in increments. You can't really talk about what started it in one fucking setting. It's a multitude of things, man. This world is very big in history. If you start reading history, you're going to understand that everybody has different prospects. For one, you have the religious prospect. You got you have the political, but then this is what a lot of people don't like to talk about too. The shit that really be moving the motherfucking world, Masonic.
That's good.
When you start talking about the Masonic way of living, when you start talking about this whole thing where why is everything happening the way it is, go to the Masonic. You'll find out a whole bunch of crazy ass shit.
JT.
Yes, sir.
You see it? Masonic.
So
you see it?
The bro. Yeah. Yes.
You see it?
Yes. Absolutely.
So you think like all
Absolutely.
like you said, all of it is coming to a cluster. It's a bunch of things like feminist movement, Masonic, and all this into everything. That led to them. I agree with you on that. I believe it was all programmed like that too, and slowly set up to our women to be independent and cause these problems. I agree with you on that. That's
so. So I can also say this right here. If you talk to this brother right here that's on the left of you, you will find a different perspective also.
Yeah.
We've had many of conversations with this brother right here. And I'm going to tell you right now, it'll blow your fucking mind.
Yeah.
It'll blow your and then make you start thinking a lot different than what you really think. A lot of people, this is what we have a problem with. We have entirely too many people on this planet that think just on the surface. That's why it's very hard for us to talk to a lot of people now. And I could tell you, 100 Watts, how old are you?
33. 34. I just turned 34 a couple weeks ago.
It's very, very difficult for you to talk to a lot of people, isn't it?
Very.
I'm talking about have those conversations that's meaningful.
Yeah.
It's very.
I interview. I'm gonna tell you this. I interview people on a regular basis. That shit is impossible.
It'll blow your fucking mind, and it's not about it. And it's not about the things that happen. It's the things that people don't understand. The biggest plight that we have on this earth is that we have too many people that don't understand how the earth works. This is why we have the problems that we have. This is why we have people that sit back, like especially in the microcosm is these panels that we have. The reason why you would see a lot of people calling each other out of their names and things like that is for the simple fact that they don't want to hear what another person has to really say, because it's not it's not alignment with them. It's not adjacent to them. And they have this thing of, I believe, right? But when I love being able to talk about one of the biggest issues that people have is religion. And that's why I said, you talk to that brother on the left of you, bro, it'll just break up so many people's shit. And you're going to have, especially when you have big audience, you're going to have people just broken up because I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. I believe in all this. And then when you have somebody that actually sit back, well, let's break this motherfucking shit down. It makes people say, well, what the fuck was I reading in that book? Nothing. What was I reading in the Torah? Nothing. Because now when you start talking to people that are intelligent, that don't align with you, that shit right there has to make you think a different way. It has to make you upgrade your way of thinking, because you thought the world was this way. Then you talk to this person and you say, well, shit, why are they believing that? And it seems so fucking foreign.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
With our body, when something is foreign going and coming into your body, what it does, it tries to fight it, right? And all kind of shit. It's just so much motherfucking chaos that happens in your body where it's like, wow, that's what happens with the mind. That's what happened with us as people.
So, I like to get on one of them conversation with y'all one day about that religion and stuff. Because I'm deep on that.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that, because I don't believe in religion. I don't believe in religion anyway. I'm more spiritual, and I don't believe in this modern day religion and all that, and this Bible and all that, Jesus. Well, I believe in the spirituality of it, but not what they rewrote all in it. Get what I mean?
But you don't have to believe. This is my whole thing. I got rid of that whole concept of believing in something.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? I'm in a space of adopting concepts that actually is conducive to my life and other people's life, right? So when I read the Bible, and Black Man will tell you, I'm not even a novice at it, right? But since I've been around these brothers for 5 years and being around other brothers for 5 years, you know, this shit gave me a whole different perspective. And it made me really read. I thought I was reading the fucking Bible. I was like, I wasn't reading shit, because the things that you would hear people say that it's written and you say, no, it's not. And then you will find out that it was. I didn't know anything about the missing books. I didn't know anything about
the Book of Enoch.
Right. I didn't know. I always thought it was just 10 motherfucking commandments and things like that. But then I talked to other brothers from different religions and all kind of shit. Now, this is what was probably mind blowing to me, and he probably don't even know this. I talked to Josh for about 2.5 hours. He's a national, Christian, which is an atheist also. That's a mind fuck if you don't understand what he said.
I call it bipolar religion.
It's so, but then when you hear what he says,
atheist.
One day it's Jesus, one day it ain't.
Then when you hear what he says, when you hear what he talks about, and you have that conversation with, you be like, God damn, this shit is it's a mind fuck that we've, and not from him, it's a mind fuck from all the things we were taught. I can't be mad at my mama and my father because they taught me some shit that was wrong. I just have to be able to edify, because my mom is still here, so I can edify her now, right? And my mom, it's kind of hard for her to be able to gravitate to a lot of the things that I say now, and people don't like people to change.
They taught you that slave religion.
Even with that.
I call it that, right?
Yeah. So we have to, I'm just saying, we have to be able to embrace everything that's going on in the world, man, and not be so fucking closed-minded because something we don't agree with. You dig what I'm saying? It makes us just better people. it makes us way better. Like when we can talk about, like Josh was saying, I can be fucking violent, right? Some people be like, oh shit, now he talking about the white man sitting here. See, that's why. But when you say no, we can be violent. At the end of the day, when somebody looks at me, I want them to sit back and they look at me and say, this nigga can be all this shit. If I do the wrong thing, this motherfucker, he can do some shit, and I'm gonna have to be able to combat whatever it is that he have, right? But they also see how I work, how I live in life every day. I'm a kind person. I'm nice to people. I talk to folks, even when I don't see them. I count the people. This is the craziest thing. But in the morning time, when I go to work, I count the people that I greet. Hello. How are you? Good morning. I do that, and I try to understand, why do we do that just anywhere in the world, right? It is because we're spirits having motherfucking human experiences. That's how I look at it, because I'm like, there's no other thing that can really get to a point where I can just sit back and talk and say hi to somebody that I've never met in my life, or at least I think I've never met in my life. But I'm just saying, and I greet them. Why do we greet people, right? Is it just because it's a social construct, or is it something that we just always done?
I think it's something always done.
Yeah, I think so. When you have another being in your space, it's the same thing with if you seen a fucking cat or a dog that was just walked up your way.
Right.
You're gonna acknowledge that the fucking cat or the dog. We sometimes as humans we'll say hi to them, won't we? Hello.
Yeah. I mean, just think about it. Just think about
Speaking of distractions, though, JT, you walked us right into this one.
Yes, the revolutionary Pan-African fast. What are we up to? We up to the we must stay focused, my brothers, in the Dominican Republic. We must stay focused in the Dominican Republic, my brothers.
They gonna make me hate that man. Fuck that.
That was not focus. That was not focus.
That cat right there is hilarious.
Whoever passed by him was bad, boy.
Yeah, she was bad as shit. She was bad as shit. You ain't gonna make me not like him. I still like the nigga.
That's my man.
Where's the fucking school? Where's the goddamn school at, though? That's all.
It's a building there.
Did you see the live?
No.
He had the news people in the where he lived, the news people and all that. They go find it, and he took them into school. They opened that bitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had to walk around it.
Yeah, he opened that motherfucker.
I'm still rooting for the brother.
He had to fight that state lawsuit. They were trying to take his money, saying his building was condemned, and he had to bring them people to show they had him.
What did he say?
I told him, this your Pan-African brother. I told y'all it was coming. I told y'all, look.
Like, that was my man, though.
You see it? Look. I was like, damn, he opened that bitch. Damn, after 20 years, he opened that motherfucker.
That's what's good. That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man.
At least he got it there.
Yeah,
man. But as we come to a close, I gotta go. But I will say this, guys. Next Tuesday is gonna be hard for us. We're going to have a real hard show, pause, on Tuesday. 100 watts, make sure you're here. Josh, if you can make it. The title for Tuesday's show is, I'm going to say it. I know it's not going to be sexy. Martin Luther King was full of shit. We're going to talk about that Tuesday. Martin Luther King was full of shit.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm with it.
Make sure y'all ready. Tuesday, it's gonna be tough for some of us colored folks on Tuesday.
It ain't gonna be tough for me because I was talking about that shit today and yesterday, on the earth, and I'm like, I'm ready for the conversation right now.
Yeah, I was just talking about that too.
Motherfuckers would sit there so I'm definitely ready for that.
But Josh, if you're available on Tuesday, man, 8:00 Central Standard Time, brother, I'd love to have you back.
You are absolutely welcome.
Here, of course, 100 watts. Yeah. You're welcome to come. You know that. Beige Rage in the building, man. Thank you for being here tonight, my brother. I appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. And until next time, man, we out.
Peace. Yeah, peace.